Should be live. I think. We will see. I just wanted to take it off of the left screen while I check some messages. Shit. Someone just gave me another bug to look at. Okay. Thank you, Jay. And then Enticity wanted something. If each round has the tune of maps closer to open land battles, if you want to stress test the system, having a mix works too. Thanks again for hosting. Okay. Okay. Finishing up that, and I'm giving people their last second to check in. Okay. Cool. Now I can go back to the left screen so I don't show any DMs. There. Finishing up that, and I'm giving people their last. Okay. Audio sounds fine. I do need to tip the microphone a little bit. So what are we doing? You're watching this, yes. Challenges 8 out of 16 checked in. 10 out of 17 all of a sudden. Fair enough. We are at the 1 o'clock points. This is supposed to start now-ish. 11 out of 17. Since we're still technically ticking up slowly, I will give people a second while I explain what's going on today. This is kind of Anticity's idea. He just wanted me to host it. It's essentially land battles. It's just domination mode, but you turn off the reinforcements. So then when you kill your entire enemy army, you win the game. Cool, good for you. Then why not just do land battles? Because then you don't need domination. You don't need rules or anything. You just turn on unit caps and go, because it's like all the stuff that land battles try to make rules around, like attacking and spell kiting and such, is kind of negated by having capture points. How we doing, Challenge? You struggling? Okay. Process check-in results. Settings, not my settings, participants. So we have everybody who's playing. Shuffle time. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffle. 3 shuffle. Let's see who got what. As far as I know, Big B's isn't VM, so that's fine. I'm fighting Rinless. Captain Melons versus Comer Dinner. Enticity, Race, Rescue Gym, Golden Floof. Yeah, this all looks fine. This seems fine. God, Rinless is going to be so happy I'm fighting him again. He always loves fighting me at the start of every freaking tournament. Okay, so you all saw the shuffle. You all saw it was fair. What are the rules? The tourney doesn't say anything on the page. Yes, sir. That's the simplified part. Find your opponent. And here we are live. Go. Rinless. I got you. And yes, I shuffled 3 times. Poor bastard. It's not that he's going to lose. It's just we're like always fighting. Sucks to be Rinless. Okay. Back to the stream. How we doing? Let's go, boys. First tourney in the post 1.1 world. The Chungus Kingdom still dominate? Maybe. You want a Discord link? Sure. Here you go, Pasha. Hey, Adelmo. How you doing? Any RTKs in this tournament? I actually didn't pay that much attention. Not unless you guys got Golden Floof when I wasn't looking. Or Big B's. Battles, multiplayer lobbies. Rinless said he had one up. Okay, join with code. Screw it. I've heard on the patch chariots are kind of busted right now. Let's see if that's true. Randless. Pick band. Top bracket is pick 1. Picks 1. Bands 1. Okay, so I pick 1 and band 1. Let's do Kite. Ban Zinch. I don't really want to deal with Zinch now that he has Pendulum. Not at all. Still no in-game the thingy. No in-game chat. Let's see what Renless is going to do. I'm excited to try Cavalry after it doesn't suck anymore. And I am not in bracket. What is your name on challenge? Sorry, someone was having issues signing in. Teddy, can I still tang in? Mika-sam. Yes. Okay. Boop. Sorry. There's a lot going on. I'll explain what's happening in a second. Sorry, Teddy. Okay. Yes, lots of confusing things. QWE, there he is. I will spectate. And I'm giving my spot to this other person who actually wants to play. Enticity events. You boys hosting one of my hybrid tournaments right now. Yay! Enticity promoted us. Yay! Player count is rising right now. Exciting for the Total War community. Indeed. I'm going to lower my desk because I don't feel like standing up right now. Raced. Is Pendulum allowed now? Yeah. Yep. I tested it after the patch. It's fine. It's good, but it's as good as it ever was. Okay, trying to track down this Mikasa guy, I think. At Mikasa at Renless, you are foes now. All right. Yeah, as Enticity said, pretty much everything's allowed. Pretty much, while these two do some picks and stuff, I'll go over here and show you this. So the idea is it's just you put on domination mode, you increase the funds to 24,800, and then you only build a main army. So no reinforcing army, and then that's your army that you get through the entire time. And as soon as it's dead, it's dead. So it's kind of like land battles, but without the attacking rules or you're too close to the white line stuff. is the idea, because if your opponent's going to corner camp, or if your opponent's going to spell kite you or something, you can just take the capture points like normal domination mode and sit there, and then they will eventually just lose the game. So there's that. I don't know. It's Anticity's thing. He ran one of these once. He said it went well and offered me to host one, and I said, sure, I'm down for anything. So I opted out of fighting Rinless because there was a person here that just had some challenge issues, so we're just going to let them play. Rather let new players play and join the community than me play in my, like, 900 millionth tournament and lose to Rinless. As much as I love losing to Rinless. And I do. Love it. It's great. Okay, scorecard. Boop. Get the image file that I will use for a blocker. What did I call it? There it is. Boop. Boop. Blocks that. Now I can move it beneath my webcam. That's fine. What's also nice about spectating is I can look at both players' armies and make sure neither of them has any reinforcements. So that'll be cool. I think Kislev will be just fine, if not a bit better after 1.1. Slanesh might have moved up to Master Race. We'll see. I think Cathay moved up, but it depends on what game mode you're talking about. Domination, I don't know. I'm not the guy to talk to about what's good in Domination. I know Land Battles. In Land Battles, I think Cathay was already high. I don't know if they were the best faction, but they were high tier. And I think they just got buffs, so good for them. Ogres got slammed down a bit. I think Kislev moved stuff around, but they didn't get better or worse necessarily. They just shifted. Because I hear light war sleds got nerfed twice with cost and armor, but chariots overall got buffed, so that unit kind of comes back up. And I have to do a video about that soon. But also, Random Next was talking about heavy war sleds being maybe better than light war sleds now. So they might, I don't know about heavy war sleds, but Kislev might actually be stronger than before. And now their infantry can actually move at faster than 1 mile an hour. So that's also pretty good. Okay. Players are making their picks now. It looks like we'll have Khorne versus Kislev, so I will update the names. Just making sure everything went a little smooth. As I said, we did have a sudden replacement as a player was not able to sign in on challenge. Oh, patches are cool. Patches are stressful because some of my meme videos aren't going to make sense now, so I have to go add. This was before patch 1.1. To them, and I'm inevitably going to get comments on the videos like, after 1.1 this changed. It's like, I know, but I made a thumbnail for it. I'm not gonna not release it, and still I think it's funny, so I'll post it anyway, and I'll put in the comments, recorded before patch 1.1. Nobody's gonna read that. They're just gonna comment on the video and say, you dumb piece of shit, you're so stupid. What's the tier list in Land Battles right now? I haven't played them really. Did CA find a way to nerf High Elves again? They did. They made High Elves not even in the game. The worst nerf of all. Looks like you have to do something in the reinforcement pool to start. Okay, just don't summon it. Yeah. What up, my fellow bipeds? Bold of you to assume I have 2 legs. As for Shogunate tier and Land Battles right now, I haven't played since the patch, obviously, because it just came out and now I'm here casting this thing. So before the patch, I would say it was probably Ogres, Tzeentch and Cathay like tied, Khorne. No. Ogres, Kislev, Tzeentch and Cathay like tied. And then a pretty big step down, and then Khorne. And then another step down, Slanesh, and then a way bigger step down in Nurgle. I think that was everybody. After the patch, I don't know, but based off of what I read and what I'm guessing, it sounds like Cathay is going to be probably the best. Now that Cavalry works, that's like a big thing. They got all their buffs, but also Cavalry works now, which was one of the biggest problems is playing Cathay. So Cathay's probably going to be the best. Then it sounds like Kislev's very strong still. Then I don't know. Ogre Kingdom's got hit really hard, so I'm going to say probably Khorne and Slaanesh are above them. Slaanesh got their chariots to work, which should help them a lot. Should. So I would say Khorne, Slaanesh, then Ogres, and I'm still going to put Nurgle at the bottom. Even with buffs, I think his play style is what limits him, not the numbers on his units. Though the numbers on some of his units is pretty bad. Like, Plague Toads and Rotflies are the big problem. They didn't get any buffs. Okay. I'll take the blocker down now that we're loading in. I'm interested. I'm interested to play 1.1. Check out some stuff. I don't think it's fixed everything, but it's fixed some. And some's better than none. Skaven are as strong as Beastmen now. If anything goes in these land battles, I'm expecting battles in the forests. Hell yeah, KV. You've been waiting for this forever. Alright, and we are checking out the new maps as well. Enticity gave me 3 maps he used when he hosted this tournament style. And then the 2 new maps came out. So out of those 5 maps, I tried to favor the new maps when I was picking what maps to use because it's exciting. People love new maps. So, yeah. And this is Arnhem. And already, I love the aesthetic. That's pretty dope. That's pretty great. Both forces do have a reinforcement pool. You just can't use it. That's the whole thing, is you just can't use it. Can we summon dead units? Nope. Sorry, someone was asking me. At everyone. I get asked a lot. No. You can't summon dead units. Just pretend there's no reinforce. Okay. I was watching a video about Congress of Vienna. It was a good video. I'm worried that that is a thing. Anyway. What are we doing here? For Rinless, we have 2 Fleshhounds of Khorne. 2 more, so 4 of them. We have 4 Chaos Furies of Khorne as well. Chaos Warriors, 2 with Halberds. We have 2 Cultists of Khorne and a Herald. Interesting. And then for Kislev, normally in this matchup you would see the double Elemental Bear Blob, which actually got a buff, but it looks like this player isn't going to go for that. Mikasa, that's right. We have 1 Warbear Rider, Winged Lancers, Streltsy, Kossars, Streltsy, Kossars, Ice Guard. Ooh, Ice Guard. And then we have Zargard, Zargard, Zargard. Ooh. How many Zargard? Just 2? More Kossars or Spears. This is an interesting Kislev build. Patriarch on a Bear. Ice Witch of Tempest. With the Hawks? The Hawks of Miska. Huh. I don't think that spell is very good, but then again, I am just taking Anticity's word that that spell isn't very good, so maybe they're actually great and he was hiding it from me. Now Heaven here on a Compass mount worth it, maybe? Maybe. I personally prefer my Compass heroes either the mobility of a horse or the tankiness of being on foot. The Compass makes you slow but easy to hit, so I'm like, eh. Tell me your secrets, you secret of secret things. What did they do to your main, Doomsage? Are you talking about ogres or high elves? Confused. Okay. Okie dokie. So there's no reinforcements. Everything you see is what you get, and when they die, they die. Who the fuck is texting me? But there's no attacking rolls or anything, so players are just waiting to get the capture points, though. Kislev's in the better spot. They're going to get 2 capture points, and Khorne's going to get 1. So eventually, Khorne's going to have to come down here. Eventually. see. Cyrus is sharing interesting documentary YouTube videos with me, which I do watch a lot of documentaries. High elves, they're not in this game, so they have been nerfed. What does my mother want? There. Answered. CA, please. Control points. Make them open quicker. Please. Please. In any game mode, nothing happens in the first 3 minutes. Okay. Corn does have some sneaky little hounds still in the backfield here.
Keep it from the foe.
Sky Lanterns and War Compass probably still not worth it. Maybe an Astro Cart as Window Magic Battery. I don't remember what the cart actually gives the Astromancer, but I remember it gives him just one passive. Anyway, I digress. How? Oh, that one's still being captured. I was wondering how Corn got so far ahead on that. Anyway. Stop saying anyway, you stupid rat. Fleshhounds are going to pop out of the woods and surprise these winged lancers that never saw it coming and are under attack. Though, Fleshhounds of Corn just have crazy high weapon strength. They don't actually have armor piercing or anti-large, so maybe the winged lancers can survive this, but it's not looking particularly great for them at the moment. Tempest Caster throws out a quick wind spell, but it does very little damage to the Chaos Warriors of Corn. Part of it misses, also just part of it's silly. That was a very long chain. Wing Lancers already go into their Unbreakable stance, and the Furies are thrown to the wind just to stop the ranged fire for a little bit while the Chaos Warriors of Corn get involved. So far, these Wing Lancers have not been rallied just yet. They will probably die there. Probably. I don't know what that is. Is that the Hawks? It is! I've honestly never seen this spell. Enticity told me it was bad and I trusted him. I mean, I'm not loving it. Okay, it kind of hit those guys, but it didn't really do that much. It just kind of pushed them around. Yeah, I don't love that spell. In the back, Warbear Riders catch the Fleshhounds and is going to just dumpster those guys into the dirt. The Fleshhounds that ate the Winged Lancers have rallied. It looks like both of them that attacked those Warbear Riders died, because I don't see the other Fleshhound that used to be over here. Kislev Force is not having a good day, though. They're mostly dead. Only some Sargard hanging onto the front line. You do have Karsaws with Spears in the very back shooting in. Doing okay for themselves. Warbear Riders, though, will need to be brought into the fight. Khorne has an awful lot of Chaos Warriors left. An awful lot. Where are the heroes? Patriarch's fine. Ice Witch is fine. Okay, they're fine. Feels pretty doomed. Rinless has 6,000 damage value. I guess not Cathay. Kislev does have 5,000. I don't know if that's far behind in the gold damage value. I guess. I'd have to get some crazy heals onto this Warbear Rider and just heal cap them, run around, kill everything with them, I guess. Because what do we have? A Fury, Fleshhound, Warrior, Warrior, Warrior. Ew, that's a lot of Chaos Warriors. Don't love that. If you let the units path around themselves, they get all bunched up on the apex, then you pin them in and nuke them with something. I never played this map in Warhammer 2, so I wouldn't know. Who's messaging me? Your mom also wants you to date some tanks? Alright. Didn't know that about my mom, but alright. Fleshhounds are also going to disintegrate pretty soon here, along with the Chaos Furies. We do have one archer unit still online, another one running away. Nikas is kind of scrapping back into this, keeping the damage difference at about 1,000, which I think is the damage value that was dealt to that Winged Lancer that just kind of sat there and took it. So if that unit hadn't gotten caught out like that, this battle would be pretty even at this point, probably. Now it's just wondering if Khorne has enough in the tank to kill the Bear Blob 2.0. I don't know if they do. What was that? What just like shit its pants over here? That was odd. Cultists of Khorne look like they're throwing out a quick Bloodletter summon, which will be a big problem for Kislev. And some Kossars are trying to poke Chaos Warriors with halberds, but those boys have 100 armor, so they don't particularly care what's happening with them too much. Another Hawks of Miska, this time in the middle of 2 units. Let's see if it actually does damage. A little bit? Not a lot. It looks really cool. It's a shame it kind of sucks. It looks really cool. Archers are kiting out these Bloodletters, just gonna let their summon run out. That's a pretty good play. Meanwhile, these halberds are trying to get involved somewhere. Don't know what these Kossars are doing. They are archer units. They should be back. But the Ice Witch has just died in the 3v1 against the Herald of Khorne and both these cultists. But maybe the cultists will die, because there's a Patriarch and a million bears, and the bears all do have anti-large. Is the Patriarch an anti-large if he's on a bear? No. But these guys are on foot. They are not large. The Herald of Khorne's large. Patriarch is forced to pass his pop his unbreakable passive. There we go. Bloodletters have disintegrated away. I don't think Kislev can do this. All they have is the bear boys, and even the big bear boy is not going to be around for much longer. He's about to go to big bear boy jail. I'm going to finish my tea. You know what's kind of crazy is we're actually getting close to the capture points victory, and the battle isn't even over. That's funny. Oh, there's also no army losses in this mode. That's right, so your units would fight to the end. To Alfred Hitchcock's Vortex. The birds! Yeah, this is the big over. Out of the 12,400 funds spent, Renless has killed all but 400 gold's worth. I guess there's healing involved, so that's why it hasn't... It's not entirely accurate, but it just has so much more stuff. It's these warbears versus all this nonsense. It's not gonna happen. I wish the Hawks of Nishka was good, but it isn't. Routing bears, routing. Dust and Polos. I guess they reduce its damage from most Vortex spells as it does not do friendly fire. They should have just made it cost more wins instead. And Cuden. Hello. I like having 12,000 supplies again. Rinless takes game 1. Oh no. I don't want to get your name wrong, but here we go. God damn it. Krizizmir? Krizizentia. Fuck. Alright. Herald of Khorne. I'm accidentally getting Vicious Satsuma's thoughts on the patch. Anyway, Herald of Khorne, 1,600 value, 1,700, 2,100 for that guy. Halberds did okay. Chaos Warriors just about paid for themselves, and that's it. Fleshhounds did alright. Chaos Warriors did great. For Mikasa, 650 value over there. Zargard had some troubles. Streltsy did okay, but didn't get to shoot for very long. Kossars did okay. The Warbear Riders did excellently. I was very impressed with them. And the Patriarch did his supportive duty. I liked that. Those Warbear Riders are pretty cool. And that gives our boy Rinless 1 point. you still have T in you? You do. T1 done. T's 2 and 3 are ready for action. Okay. Finish typing to Satsuma. Not bad, I've heard worse. I tried. I wasn't paying attention, but GG nonetheless. Yeah. Yeah, GG. I wonder, hold on. Let me look. We have 32 people watching right now. I must know. Hey! We hit 1,400 subscribers on the nose. Yes! Our quest to become the largest of the small YouTubers in the Warhammer scene is going well. I just need to pass Logic. I think everyone past Logic is kind of considered large, because, like, what is... Rubber Duck's at 10k now, right? Or close to it. Anticity's over 10k. Turin's obviously huge. Dav is huge. What's Dav been up to? Has Dav been posting videos? Hold on. I entered the scene through Turin. I didn't even know Dav existed until someone told me. Dav plays 16.9 subs. Yeah, he's been releasing some content about Warhammer 3. Heir of Carthage, obviously. Anyway, yeah. I want to be the top of the bottom so I can work on being the top of the top. So it's a 3-cap land point battle? Correct. I just unsubbed. Check again. No! Why? Why would you do that to me? He's doing King of the Hill today. I see. Is this Enticity? Anticity's in the chat, and this tournament is his idea, but I am not Enticity, so... Yes. Dav pinged you, so you guess he's doing it at King of the Hill right now? Let's see. Let's see, I see. I think you're... Bowmore helping me out on a different server, helping me moderate. Thanks, Bowmore. You Chad. Since we have a ready up, it looks like Rinless is going Grand Cathay versus Mikasa's Slanesh. I don't know how I feel about this matchup. As Cathay, it feels difficult. As Slanesh, I felt good in it, and then Rinless, who is actually the top player here, I played his Cathay with my Slanesh, and I all of a sudden did not feel like it was a good matchup anymore. And I kind of got thrown for a loop, and now I don't know how to figure it out. But I haven't really sat down and done too much with it, especially with Pendulum. I think Pendulum will open this back up a lot. And Chariots, actually. So Slanesh might get some teeth back in here. Gotcha, just getting into the community. Saw the ad in Turn's Discord. I was watching old Warhammer 2 tourneys yesterday. Watched Enticity smash some people. Enticity do be smashing people. That sounds like him. As for what this channel is, if we're all just being, like, honest about things, in Warhammer 2 I was a high-level Skaven player, and I kind of stuck with it after Skaven fell out of the meta, just because they're my favorite faction, so I kept playing them. Some people showed up to watch me play games, and I enjoy making, like, kind of humorous content, and then for live streams I'll do tournaments and shit, so... Welcome. Hope you sub and stick around. If you don't, enjoy the other content creators. If you really want to know the stuff in the scene, it's like Enticity does a lot of campaign stuff, but when he does do multiplayer stuff, it's pretty fun. He also does a lot of videos on like specific mechanics if you want to dive into some of those. Lore Master of Sotek covers a lot of the lore behind the game. He hasn't done as much of that recently, but he does other stuff. He's a cool dude. Logic_EU does a lot of new player contents. That's pretty fun. There's a million streamers, so the ones I don't mention are gonna get mad at me, but Murphalurf used to do stuff on Twitch, but he's taking a break from the game. He was getting kind of burnt out at the end of Warhammer 2, and I think the state of Warhammer 3 on launch kind of saddened him a little bit, so I don't really know who's on Twitch these days. My son HW, but he hasn't streamed in a while. But my channel's the best, obviously. Obviously. Hello, not Enticity. Thanks, Cameron. Enticity 2, I'm the real not Enticity. Hey, let's go. Slaanesh got a major power boost for 1.1. I think this is Slaanesh's favorite matchup now, but I've been cooking up some ideas how to deal with chariots destroying your lines. Yes. Can the not real Enticity please stand up? Thanks, Cody. Welcome to the channel. What if CA makes a Wolf Girl faction when you switch, or they only if they're good at boxing? Only if their voice lines are funny. That's what drew me to the Skaven, is I just laughed so hard playing their campaign that I decided to main them. So the game. I took the blocker down. Yes, I did. For Mikasa, we have Hellstriders of Slaanesh with Hell Scourges. We do have 3 Chaos Furies of Slaanesh, 2 Hellstriders with Hell Scourges, 1 Secret Chariot that I am going to watch very intently because I am curious how it does after the buffs, 2 Spawn of Slaanesh. It looks like a front line of 3 Marauders of Slaanesh. We have an Exalted Keeper of Secrets, interestingly enough, with Seductive Glory, Ballet of Blows, just an augment? Yeah, those aren't spells. Okay, Lash of Slaanesh and Slicing Shards are the spells. Those are 2 pretty good spells to use. We have 2 cultists. Great. For Dr. Rinless PhD, he has the exact build that made me stop thinking this was a Slaanesh favored matchup before the patch. 2 cannons. He has a whole bunch of Jade Warrior crossbowmen and a front line of halberds. Back line of Peasant Spearmen in a box, 1 Jade Warrior in the middle. He does have an Astromancer with Iran's Thunderbolt, and he has a Dragon-Blooded Shugonen of Yang in the sky. It's not like, there's nothing wild and crazy about the build, it's just when it was properly deployed. Before chariots were good, I couldn't get in anywhere, I couldn't do anything, and I just died. But now I'm hoping Slaanesh chariots can break through the front line and get onto the back and disrupt the cannons and stuff. The Monkey King is going to be the Uwu faction. Is this map verbatim, or did they enlarge it? It looks like it's verbatim the same, from what I remember of playing on this map in Warhammer 2. Looks like. Anyway, it's definitely wider. Oh, wider? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think you go a little bit under the bridge last time. And I do think they maybe flattened out the terrain a little bit, but there was always this hill here. I remember I had a dreaded Vampire Count's Mirror here in Warhammer 2 on one of our 7-hour streams. It was Helman Gorst versus the Red Duke. Oh, a little spawn of Slaanesh are hiding in their little hidey holes. Yo, these guys are kind of gross. The spawn of Slaanesh are creepy. I have never really stopped and looked at them. I do not like that their backs are kind of spidery. Yeah, not about it. Oh yeah, that's Cyrus. Cyrus is our local troll. We love him. He's great. He can get on my nerves sometimes, but overall he's pretty great. So, Slaanesh is opting to just sit back, let the cannonballs rain in. They want to just capture some points. I disagree with that. I think you do have to shut down the cannons, because they have so much ammunition. Like, they're never going to run out. Or at least never going to run out before they get their value. Exalted Keeper of Secrets is already having a bad time. A nice cast of the Dragon Breath just takes out almost a full unit of Marauders, with some arrow support, to be fair. Fury's going to dive in on the cannons. Now, CA said nothing about the cannon bug, so if these guys get dismounted, there is like a, I don't know, 50% chance-ish that they can never remount again, essentially killing the entire unit, but we will see. Exalted Keeper of Secrets is going to push straight through the front line, try to muck up some of these halberds and crossbowmen. But that 5 armor is a problem. Even with a bronze shield, the crossbows will weigh down on you eventually. And a nice slicing shards that looks like Rinless is already dodging. Don't know if that was intentional or accidental. I think it was accidental because otherwise he would have moved his halberds too. So just a little bit of poke damage on that, but otherwise the Exalted Keeper of Secrets is about to start crumbling, and a cannonball finishes it off. And without your Lord, this looks pretty tough. Secret Chariots have not gotten involved yet, and they really need to, and this might be a quick GG. You can see Rinless has already killed half of his opponent's army, and hasn't even taken 1,000 damage yet. If you have no ranged versus a ranged faction, you unfortunately cannot sit back and wait. Unfortunately. I do love how the cannonballs bounce off. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Some parts of me like it, some parts of me don't like it. I don't know. I kind of wish they would just hit and like disappear, but I guess that's not realistic either. Does this cup still have tea in it? It does. The edge of the water seems really far away. Maybe. I mean, I could go back and Warhammer 2 and check if it would make you happy. Rinless will win? Rinless will win. Rinless is a fucking Chad. It looks like the chariots were unfortunately forgotten. I wanted to see how they would do. But we'll have to wait for another day. So they're just watching all their brethren get killed. Look at them go. Oh. Are you firing at the already dead one? Ah, you're firing at the already dead one. Sucks to be you, Cathay Cannons. If you rush, you need to go all in at once. If you die if you advance in pieces. You expect the cannonballs to shatter on impact. I guess. Maybe they're like bouncy balls. Hey, the chariots were remembered. Maybe we'll still get to see kind of how they do charging into halberds. Because I know there was a video I was going to release of corn chariots charging into halberds and like literally going from 100% health to like 20% before they finished their first charge. It was pretty bad. Are chariots still getting double hits? Depends on what you mean. Are they getting double hit by cannonballs and fireballs, or are they double hitting other things, in which case I have no idea. No idea. Rinless. His cannons got pretty good value, as we expect. One of his halberds did well. Crossman also did quite well, and his front line just had to exist. The other side, Exalted Keeper of Secrets, got focus fired by cannons and crossbows and everything under the sun. And nothing else could really get that involved except for Furies. So GG, well played to Mikasa. Hope to see you around. Always love seeing new players in the community. And Rinless is very good. So don't, you know. I wouldn't look too much into that loss. Like, obviously look into losses and always try to learn from them, etc., yada, yada, but not like, you know. I think Rinless was a pretty heavy favorite for that one. Because he's honestly, if we take a look, let's take a look here. From what I know, I don't know Big B's. I know Praetor a little bit. Like, not as a person, but like I've seen them play. Myself, obviously, but I was replaced by Mikasa, who I had no idea about. Rinless, Cat Melons, Cumber Dinner, Golden Floof, Raced, Rusky Jim, Lord Lever, and Enticity. Enticity is my heavy favorite to win the tournament. And even if I was playing, I would say myself or Rinless would be second, and I think we're pretty comparable. So it is tough if this is your first tournament to start off against, you know, the second favorite for the whole thing, in my opinion. Anticity's like by far the favorite, though. By far. Anyway, we need to find another game. Raced. Praetor. I did find some games, but they don't have spectator slots. I don't really want to bother them if they're in the middle of something. Versus Quinto. I could see Lord Lever versus Rinless. We could spectate some more Rinless until Anticity's ready. No limits on Gorgers in this tournament. Just what unit caps says. Lever. Okay. Can I spectate with the stream? And meanwhile, I have to find Lord Lever for a good friend, Rinless. Lord Lever. Looking through even Turin's Discord, I don't know. We are in game 2 right now, but sure. I need content. I yearn for it. Okay, who was he fighting? Was he fighting Raced? I asked him to add a spec slot. Thanks, Rescue Jim. Okay. So hopefully we'll be able to spectate game 2 of this. Thanks, Hammond. Anyway, I have to go back to finding Lord Lever. I swear I knew... I've talked to this guy before. I mean, he is Lord Lever. Maybe he leaves every Discord he's been in. I don't know. Matthew B969, is that them? Okay. Cool. We have a game. Scorecard. Who is up 1 point? Okay. So they are in game 2 of this series. I just don't know who is up. VM's Rescue Jim. Very nice guy. And then we have Raced, who has also been very nice. Dude, Raced lives the tragic life. I am right now. It was me on Korn versus Kislev. Perfect. Okay, so the score is already right. Dude. Not sure. I hope he messages me. Okay. F's in the chat for Raced. He's always playing Ent Ladder. He's always a Chad. When I play with him, our games are pretty close. And yet somehow on Ent Ladder, he's like bronze. And I don't know, dude. It sucks. It sucks because he deserves better than bronze. But I guess Ent Ladder is kind of a place where a lot of good players go to play. So it's like, if you're rated as the worst of the best. I also think Raced might suffer a little bit from being the type of player that doesn't play the meta. So he'll kind of do whatever he wants, and then he'll lose some games that he could have won. Maybe that lowers his stuff, but like, I don't know, man. I like Raced. And I rate him higher than most people. Not him over most people, but if you talk to most people about Raced, I think more highly of him. How's chat? Why are the Slanesh chariots plows? Slanesh is plowing. Slanesh is into plowing, obviously. That's pretty good. You like SPQR? Yeah, that's right. Those guys exist. They kind of fell off the face of the radar, but they're a fun clan. I haven't met one of them that was mean to me, so... Why is Humboy where Mikasa played? They had issues signing in with Challenge, so I just gave him my spot because I'd rather a new player get a chance to play than me, especially when I could just be casting games. Big B's done pretty well in Dom tournaments. Haven't seen him play in LAN battles. Well, we'll see. If he beats Praetor, I'll tell Golden Floof to wait for me because I also love casting Golden Floof's games. So I'll just message Golden Floof and say, hey, don't go without me. At Golden Floof, wait for stream for your games, please. Okay. Emmerich approves of Hammond. It's a very interesting rule set. Funds are 12k or standard Dom? 12k. So you just have like the same amount of funds you have for LAN battles, but then there's no attacking rules or anything because you can just, if your opponent's going to dick around, you can take the control points and win the game through that. Yes, yes. For Raced, who's currently down 0-1 in the series, we didn't see that game. This is these guys' first round. So we're just hopping in on game 2. We have 3 Chaos Furies. We have a Lord of Change and an Exalted Lord of Change with Metal. So Final Trans on him, Blue Fire of Tzeentch, and the Pink Fire on the other one. Forsaken. They did take a little bit of a nerf losing their spell resistance on this patch, but otherwise they're still very strong units. Then we have 5 Blue Horrors and 1 Chaos Spawn. Okay. A lot of this army is going to be relying on the Lord of Change and the Exalted Lord of Change to carry them. So magic spam. On the other side, the Ogres that look like Nurgle for Rusky Jim. We have Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists, a front line of Noblars. We do have 1 Noblar Scrap Launcher and an Iron Blaster. Double Gorger in the trees. We do have Scrag the Slaughter to help out those Gorgers. More Ogre Bulls, other shit like that, and a Saber Test Bag. So, nice things are that the Iron Blaster bug is yes, it's no longer there. There was a bug where you could, like, fire the Iron Blaster too many times by switching between firing it manually and shooting it through the thing. Well, now they just took out fire manually, so you can't do that. So that's not a rule we have to enforce anymore either way. Gorgers got nerfed, so we got rid of their limit. Pendulum got fixed, so we got rid of that limit. So even in land battles, there's less rules now, and with this domination format, there's, like, no rules, so... Thank God that's over. I don't have to keep looking at the Iron Blaster being like, is it manually firing? I don't know. Is it firing too fast? Ooh, it's 4 Gorgers. Huh. Kind of curious, because they took a big hit, losing 4 out of their 16 models, and that down to 12. I mean, that's 25% of your damage potential is gone, because the models themselves, you know, if they have more health per model or something, that's fine, but you really need the 16 Gorgers swinging at the same time rather than 12. It's a pretty big nerf. I give up because Warhammer is being updated. Oh, are you Lord Liver or are you Lord Lever? Do you think they'll revisit dual-wield infantry after seeing how Khorne Warriors do? I have always been underwhelmed by dual-wielding infantry in Warhammer 2, and 3 Khorne Warriors with halberds and Khorne Warriors with shields outperform the dual weapons in my mind. Are Gorgers really that bad now? Haven't seen them since forever. I don't think they're, like, terrible. I just don't think they're OP. They're probably fine. We'll see. As Race dives in, gets a big couple hits onto Scrag the Slaughterer, who is close to breaking or even terror routing. And he is next to the edge of the map, so if he breaks or terror routes, that's, you know, that's the end of him. He can't be resummoned or anything. And a Final Trans is going to get cast onto him, or is that a heal? I think it's a Final Trans. Yeah, there it is. So he's really trying to damage down Scrag, get him to his healing cap, take him out of the map. And then without him, the Gorgers won't be able to heal. Over here, though, the Gorgers are going to fight Forsaken, and the Blue Horrors of Tzeentch are going to fire on top of them. So let's see how Gorgers do. They're 2v1ing the Forsaken right now with a little bit of fire support. Sounds like something the monkey dudes could have no clue. Midnight Sun patch went through live today. Yes. Yeah, it went live like 2 hours ago. Who's messaging me? Okay, cool. So Scrag is now getting teamed up on my Chaos Furies. These are not the summon, they're actually real Chaos Furies, and they're gonna die quite quickly. This is a heavy sacrifice from Raced, I think. Saber Tusk packs, Gorgers, everything's just gonna kill them. Meanwhile, the Ogres are gonna take the middle point, and they're sending 1 Noblar to take the first point, so they will start getting a little bit of those points. They need to keep Tzeentch on, as Tzeentch has 2 Flying Lords with spells, so you gotta, you know, gotta get the capture points going, because you really don't want to let Tzeentch just fuck around up there. It's not in your interest. Gorgers did take out a Forsaken, now they're fighting Spawn, though one of them's getting extremely low. That's another thing about having 16 models over 12, is that's more models for units to shoot, spreading out the damage and giving Scrag more time to heal you. The less models you have, the more the tire is focused. You know. Played a couple games against Ogres and there were no Gorgers. Yeah. I also think in the land battle format, Gorgers were overrated anyway. Because in Domination, they're so strong because they're fast, unbreakable, and they have stock, so you can take points with them pretty quickly and your opponent doesn't know what's coming. In a land battle where you have to kill everything anyway, the Gorgers usually just got bogged down in infantry. And they were still good, I just don't think they were OP. Ogres getting involved in the thick of the fighting. Blue Horrors are getting murdered, but the Forsaken with a little bit of support are doing just fine. How are our ammo counts doing? 7 and plenty. What is this? Is that Tzeentch army ability? If so, does it actually do damage now? It's going to miss most of them. A little too slow on the cast there, unfortunately, for Tzeentch. How are we doing on the damage values? Raced is a little bit ahead. The Ogres are catching up quite quickly. Big thing back here will be if you can finish off this second Gorger and not allow it to obviously regen back up to any comparable amount of health. Chaos Furies are going to chase off Noblars, though Tzeentch finally took one of the control points. They're going to need to capture 2 if they ever want to catch up with the points thing. So I think Tzeentch just needs to go for army losses, and the Ogres are trying to just hold on until the capture points do it for them, I believe. Race getting a little bit more balance of power. Yet another final trans is going to hit. Do good damage to Scrag and the Gorgers, and Scrag's running out of healing to get. That's a little scary for him. The Lord of Change is kind of T-posing on the Iron Blaster, though. We got a lot of damage in. And I like... The backfield's going so well for Race that I want to say he's in an advantage state, but the middle just fell apart for him entirely. These 2 Noblars are completely fresh fish, as Turin would say. There's no way they're getting out of here. Each of these Furies is just going to attack one, and that's going to be the end of that. Ogre's on the center. The backfield belongs to Tzeentch. Scrag is finally going to rout. And he's going straight off the map. There's no way he comes back. The Lord of Changes trying to get a couple cycle charges onto him. Just take him out, get the Lord is Dead debuff on the whole Ogre army. Not that it matters too much. This central pocket is what you're worried about, and their leadership is high enough that the Lord being dead won't affect them until... That debuff only lasts a certain amount of time, so it'll go away. Khorne Dual Wielders are for sure the best generalist if money is no issue. Gotcha. Enticity recommends using the Khorne Dual Wielder, so I hope they do well above other Dual Wielders. Well, Enticity's wrong! No, I was just saying I haven't seen them do well. Dude, Rinless, I have something to tell you after this game. Actually, during this game, real quick. Dude, you want to know how much I know about Khorne while we're talking about the Khorne variants and stuff? In like 3 of Rinless's replays in a row, I was telling him to stop taking the fucking the blade on the Bloodletter, like the blood thing hero, the little demon hero guy, and then the Herald of Khorne. I was like, stop taking this. You're never going to get 80 kills, so it doesn't matter. It's a passive. Like, you can't take it off. And I was just shouting at him in 3 different replays. I was like, stop taking this thing! And he's like, I can't take it off. Alright, there's my little... There's my little I'm sorry, Rinless moment. Anyway, Scrag the Slaughterer is off the battlefield. That means Gorgers will no longer heal. Correct. And some of these dogs and Ogre Bulls are breaking. They're so close to the edge of the map that they might run straight off if you can herd these Ogre Bulls around. We do still have 1 Gorger. We do still have 2 Gorgers, but that one's down to 4 models and very few hit points. Rescue Jim has pulled ahead on the damage profile, which Race used to be ahead on. But he still has 2 very powerful single entities. I don't know how much Winds of Magic he has left after all those final transes. Maybe if you shield abuse, you can still clutch this out. Don't know. Nalbar Scrap Launcher has some ammunition left. Where's the Iron Blaster? Iron Blaster's out of ammo. It's just kind of a half-assed chariot. Yeah, Rinless, I know now. Khorne isn't exactly one of my mains. Hey, Big B's won. Big B's won the top matchup, so we get to cast him versus Golden Floof after this best of 3. Because someone in chat, I think it was the Platypus, was talking about Big B's, so let's see him. Anyway, Rescue Jim's pulling a little bit ahead. He is still ahead on tickets. He's still ahead on damage potential. The only thing I worry about is his leadership, which we can see is already suffering. He's down to 1 Gorger in this little pack. The Exalted Lord of Change and Lord of Change should be able to finish that off, then chase these Ogre Bulls with Iron Fist off the map, though they actually didn't naturally route. They were just terror routing, so they will come back. What is this? Ooh, a sneaky little Tzeentch army ability thrown over here. I think that might be a waste. I would prefer to you to use the Tier 2 Lightning ability, as this is just going to do no damage to those Ogres standing so widely apart. That is a little bit of a mistake there. I think Race should move these guys off of point 1, move them towards the center, though I suppose he doesn't know how many Gorgers are left, or, you know, where this one is that was still stalking for a little bit there. Now, our Scrap Launcher is going to throw at these Forsaken who are running away. And what does Tzeentch actually have left? We have a Lord of Change, Exalted Lord of Change, almost full health Fury, another almost full health Fury, full health Blue Horror with no ammunition, and a 1/3 health Spawn. On the other side, we have an Iron Blaster with no ammo, 2 Ogre Bulls with about half health if you combine them. A pretty useless Ogre Bull. It's going to rout at the first sign of trouble. And these Gorgers. If you have a final trans left, you could throw it right here and try to cause a mass rout. Big problem, though, coming in for Tzeentch is going to be victory points. I don't think they can win the game before the Ogres are going to get to 5,000. Like, if they win the game, it's going to take a while. And they don't have a while. Which is, you know, kind of the appeal of this style of game mode. Khorne and Cathay are the two factions I play most out of the current ones, I would say. I play Cathay. I play a lot of Kislev, but not the Chariot Blob version. I just play a lot of spread out Kossars. I'd say Cathay, Slaanesh, Nurgle, unfortunately, I know a lot about. I've been trying to make him work because I just want him. For the meme, I want to run Nurgle. That's a lot. I mean, I mostly just play Cathay in every best of 3, and then I'll pick random ass factions for the other games, so. Mostly Cathay. Exalted Lord of Change of Metal and the other Lord of Change are stuck in melee combat against these Gorgers. They could run around and cycle charge if they wanted to, but I think they just understand the urgency of this game. Spawn of Tzeentch have surrounded the Iron Blaster. They're trying to just route it because it'll run straight off the map over here. But Ogre Bulls are charging over to point 1. They will take it. These Ogre Bulls are charging over here, killing some blue horrors. And I do think Rusky Jin is going to have this wrapped up, and he's going to do the fat 2-0. But it was a good battle by Raced. It was. Iron Blaster is routed off. There's nothing left. Nothing left in the tank. Gorger's OP. Gorger's OP. And by OP, I mean they can beat an Exalted Lord of Change who has very low armor and is not a melee combatant, so yeah. Who will win first, the crumbling or the tickets? Probably the tickets. But maybe the crumbling. Crumble. And then when he fully crumbles away, this guy's going to start crumbling because his lord will be dead. And, I mean, those guys are already gone. These guys are unbreakable, so I guess they don't care either. Goodbye, Lord of Change. Goodbye, other Lord of Change. Few tickets left. Casca is the cutest tomboy from Berserk. Oh, okay. I have not watched Berserk, and I'm guessing you're going to tell me to watch that. I was going to make a video about why Nurgle sucks, but I decided it was too long and not interesting enough. But the main point is that, like, everything Nurgle has kills infantry. And it's like, alright, you can kill infantry. Can you deal with large? No. Can you deal with single entities? Not really. Can you deal with flyers? Not really. Can you deal with artillery? Not really. It's like, you can't all in on killing one unit type. It's not a viable way to be built as a faction. It's a great anime. I've heard good things. Didn't the remake suck, or was I misinformed? Gorgers did okay. There's one that did really well. The rest kind of sucked. Iron Blaster did fine. Scrap Launcher did It didn't have a whole lot to shoot at. Sabertusk did fine. Ogre Bulls did okay. And everything here is going to have kind of underwhelming values because Furies and Blue Horrors all crumble rather than straight up die. For Race, Exalted Lord changed 1900 even. The basic Lord changed 3,300. Okay, all right, dude. The one Chaos Spawn did well. The Forsaken really suffered. Furies did okay, chasing some stuff off, and Blue Horrors did fine. Berserk is really good. I recommend watching the old one, though, not the new version. Fair enough. We're getting straight into our next game with Golden Floof. I will get a blocker up, and I will message Golden Floof saying, I am here. I'm here. Thanks for waiting. So we have Golden Floof and Big Bees. I've covered Golden Floof once before. I faced him in Rubber Duck of War's one of his tournaments. Cool new player. Love to see it. Love to see it. Big Bees, I have never seen this person in my life, but Platypus is recommending them. So who will win in the battle of the fresh Bloodingtons? Nail it. Big Bees is up. Platypus, is Big Bees RTK or is he not? Do I need to add that? You guys are usually pretty on top of getting the new people. LS and R2K have been scooping up a lot of the new players, which is fine. They're both solid clans. My unbiased, like, honest opinion is they're both good clans at the game. They're both fun clans. Like, I'm not trying to say one is fun and the other one is good. Like, they're both. But from my experience of the culture of R2K, it's a little more tuned towards being really good at the game. And LS is a little more tuned at being... And when I say fun, I don't mean they're throwing games, but it seems like they're more of a party. But both are both, so both are pretty good choices. I don't know anything about ODM, but they're also a very popular choice for high-tier players. If you are interested in the game, though, any clan is good. Clans are just excellent for growing. Having people around you that offer advice and you can just run games with, and you know these people, and that's the biggest thing actually, is just having people that you can run games over and over with, and not constantly play randoms. Because when you play randoms, you might have people who are being dicks, you might have people who are just not really taking the game seriously or something. And if you actually want to get better, it's nice to be in a clan where you can just ping a set group of people, and it's like, does anybody want to play like a real try-hard game today? So I recommend joining a clan if you want to get competitive in any clan. I can't think of a single clan I wouldn't recommend joining. Yeah. Except for PE. PE sucks. PE's trash. If anybody in PE was in my moderator's team, I would just instantly quit YouTube and stop streaming. Take that, Cyrus. Okay, Berserk stuff. Berserk is incredible. Berserk's incredible. If the rule, if you watch it, you have to watch the 1997 version first. Dude, the same kind of thing was Full Metal Alchemist. I watched Brotherhood first, and people said I had to watch the original first. And then when I watched the original after watching Brotherhood, I was like, well, the original kind of sucks. Because I just like Brotherhood so much more. Fantastic memes, collaboration. Can you? It doesn't exist. Loopy, I heard ODM mentioned. Yeah, I'm talking shit about you. As per usual. Big B's has been in Turn's tournament, right? I think he's a player in one of the Age of Empires. Yeah, Age of Empires games. I didn't really watch any of Turn's Age of Empires content. I was busy making Total War stuff, and I just didn't have the mental capacity to watch a different game and learn it. I was busy. Anyway, I digress. We're into the game now. Who's who? Golden Floof on Kislev. We have Tsarina Katerin, a whole bunch of Kossars and Armored Kossars. I like the Kossars taking this cliffside thing because they're up and down Arc of Fire with the arrows is going to be pretty good at getting stuff done. Armored Kossars can't do jack diddly up here. They can't see anything. More Armored Kossars. In the back, we have Winged Lancers, Kossovite Dervishes. We do have some light war sleds. Even after the nerf, Random Nix was heavily promoting heavy war sleds. So I was expecting to see some of them in this tournament. We have two Patriarchs. This might be a little bit of an optimization mistake. Let me see. They both have the Courage of Sacrifice, and they both have Daz's Brazier. Okay, they both have all of their items, which don't stack. I heavily recommend just taking all of the items on one, or like mixing them up between the two in case you lose one of them. Taking all of the items on both, unless they're going to be separate, is a bit of a waste of gold, in my opinion. Just a heads up. We do have Tsarina Katerin. She has the Heart of Winter, including Ice Sheet, Frostfang, Stand Your Ground. It's a pretty good kit. And more Kossovite Dervishes and Lancers. Keep. For Zinch. Forsaken. Blue Horse. Forsaken. Pink Horse. Forsaken. Blue Horse. Pink Horse. Bats. A big bat with a name. And a chariot that's on fire. More seriously, Furies, Pink Horse, Blue Horse, Forsaken, and one Burning Chariot of Zinch to help with Lord Sniping a little bit. Also, since Kislev has literally no air units, they feel pretty safe about their mastery of this, guys. For Kairos, we have Pendulum and Blue Fire. So you get to see the first version of the nerfed pendulum, which I did test before I allowed it in any tournaments. It's fine now. It's fine. It's not super incredible. It's fine. See? Did okay. Didn't instantly delete the unit. They have 15 armor, alright? If anything hits them, they're gonna take that kind of damage. Okay. Yep, sorry. Just had some tournament stuff. Enticity was having trouble finding his opponent. So we got the first charge of the war sleds, and I did some testing on the chariots charging. Tzeentch's barriers are making this a little harder to tell, and they get stuck up on themselves. So that's pretty good for Tzeentch. But chariots after the buffs, their charges are brutal. Charges are brutal. How does the Cav feel after the patch? I haven't played a lot of competitive games, but in just quick testing, I wanted to see it. They do impact damage now, so I am very, very positive on them. We'll see how they fare over a longer term test, but for now, very positive. This is going to be a really brutal pendulum. Some good damage, didn't quite kill all of them. Then something almost cast but got canceled. Burning Chariot still up and above. The Tsarina's casting a Heart of Winter here. That's going to be terrible for the Fortress of Tzeentch. That is huge. It's hitting some Furies, hitting 3 Furies, hitting some Forsaken, and hitting Dr. Kairos Fate Weaver, PhD. They are able to get away from some of it, but it's a pretty good cast. One of the Patriarchs gets caught up in the Forsaken of Tzeentch. His sleds abandoned him, and he's getting torn apart. He's only on his little horsey. He's not on a bear, it doesn't look like. So not on his bear. He doesn't have the same mass. He doesn't have the same armor, so he's going to get fucked up. In which case, talking at the start of the game, that this guy has all of the items and this guy has all the items. I mean, if that guy's going to die, then it's good that you have the items on both. I don't think it's optimal. As far as the battle's going, it's actually pretty close. Golden Floof on Kislev has technically done more damage to Tzeentch, but it feels very, very even, because look at how tattered all these Kislevite units are. And they do have an Unbreakable passive, but they only have it once. These Chariots need to come back and get close to their Patriarch, healing them up. They're currently very much overextended and just kind of getting torn apart. Gaussifite Dervishes and Winged Lancers are trying to clean up the back line, but the Blue Horrors of Tzeentch did not receive any form of nerf. They are still the tankiest motherfuckers in the galaxy, and they ain't going nowhere. Some of the Kislev units on the far side are able to get back into their ranged shooting capabilities, though all of these units have shields, so I'm guessing they're not going anywhere anytime soon. The Lord sniping has begun, and it begins with the Patriarch, so I guess it's hero sniping, but same concept. Tsarina got over to the White War Sleds, but not the guy who can heal them. They really need that. They have 3 out of 4 models apiece, so they can still be healed up to quite a large amount of health if they get near to that Patriarch. So they should do that. Shut up about the victory points. I'll keep an eye on it. You keep an eye on that stupid book of yours. Sorry. That old man advisor just gets me. Winged Lancers are coming back to fight Kairos. He still has full shield, so apparently they aren't hitting him. Definitely don't want to fight him, I guess. Big old Pendulum does a little bit of damage, not too much, which is good. It's a good thing. It should do damage, but not insta-kill every unit on the planet. Blue Horrors are actually starting to crumble. That's pretty exciting. And Winged Lancers are going to run away from the Forsaken. They should occasionally cycle charge. Now that there is impact damage, you cycle charge and make sure they can't get their shields back while your Dervishes finish up the Blue Horrors, and then sandwich them between the two of you and finish them off. Battle is still pretty close, though. Now Tzeentch is pulling quite ahead on the damage value. Kislev has finally controlled 2 points, but they're a little behind on tickets. They will eventually catch up if Tzeentch takes literally no tickets from them. But it's looking pretty bad. These Chariots have to get close to the healer. Please do that. Come on, buddy. Nice little bit of poke damage from the Armored Kossars onto the Burning Chariot of Tzeentch. It is very, very squishy, so if it allows itself to get shot like that, that is, the big sad. Dervishes and this Patriarch need to turn around and help out the Winged Lancers against the Forsaken, or the Winged Lancers need to abandon this fight, but kind of splitting the two is not going to do any good for anybody. This Patriarch is trying to run somewhere to get away from the Burning Chariot, but the Burning Chariot's just going to fly up to him and go, and he's going to die. Show me the bear. Show me the bear. Oh, the jukes. Nice jukes. 1 Light War Sled's back, and it's gone. Kislev came back on the balance of power. The damage value. It's pretty good. These Forsaken Tzeentch are having a hard time against the Winged Lancers. They don't have armor piercing, they just have really high stats, so Winged Lancers should probably start cycle charging them. if they had the time. Heart of Winter is going to hit 3 units? No, it's not going to hit those pink horrors, but hits the blue horrors, hits the Forsaken, who should be breaking any second now, and Calcified Dervishes charge in with the last of their waning leadership. Burning Chariot of Tzeentch runs out of ammo and immediately charges into a Patriarch, trying to kill him off. If he has any of his buffs, he will pop them now. He is healing himself in the Nearby Chariot. Nearby Chariot should run over and help out a little bit. The Burning Chariot will die to this Patriarch, but he's already broken once, so he cannot get the Unbreakable passive, obviously, and he is now running. But, you know, Burning Chariot died. Kislev's back ahead on the balance of power. We have ourselves a mother flippin' game. Where are the Winged Lancers? There they are. They did pop their Unbreakable passive. They retreated for a second, but they didn't countercharge back into for a second. They got charged. So these guys are going to lose that fight eventually. Tzeentch throws out his 3rd-tier army ability. I really never see that be super effective. I personally prefer the Bolt, the 2nd-tier army ability. I hear the first one's broken. Like, it literally doesn't work. So I understand why they're not using that, but the Tier 3 ability just feels like such a waste. Rusky Jim, the winner of our last best of 3. Tankiest in the galaxy. Space Astro Lizards with like a word. Deep strike into some proxy boys right here. That's funny. Welcome to the stream, Rusky Jim. So, Kislev is quite ahead on the damage. There is one extremely wounded Forsaken and Kairos Fateweaver. Now, the very nice thing about this game mode that Enticity designed is that Kairos Fateweaver isn't gonna fucking army loss this army because he exists. I guarantee you, I will sell the house I don't own if I'm wrong about this. But if this exact situation was in a land battle where the balance of power mattered, they would be army lossing Kislev right now because it's like, oh, Kairos exists. G fucking G. Screw your entire army, I guess. All right. While there's a little bit of this faffing about, I am going to check back in on chat. There are multiple remakes. The movie remake isn't horrible, in my opinion, but it makes you scratch your head at some of the things they didn't include. Yeah, dude, movies are risky. Risky. The Clan Genium remake with 3D, well, it covers different part of the manga. It would have been nice if Demon Hunter Studio made Berserk instead. Yeah, Demon Hunter's really good. Age of Empires, I have no idea. Should have finished reading your sentence. Nice. Collaboration, you meant to use in Turn's Total War Warhammer 3 tournaments. Oh, well then I should have been paying attention, but I'm a piece of shit. Demon Slayer is great. I haven't got to Season 2 yet, because I need it to be on the dub. I know! Sub better than dub usually, but I do need to watch the dub when I work out, because I can't always be looking directly at the screen. So if they get to something where I can kind of half look, half not, I can just listen to it. So I need the dub. I'm sorry. Ogre's finally nerfed? Yes. How does Cav feel after the patch? Good. Apparently. Like, they did good things here. Isn't that going to make Warbears better and Stonehorns? I don't know. They tried to buff the Elemental Bears. It didn't seem to work very well, in my opinion. I don't think that they're going to be very good still. Stonehorns, don't know. Berserk with nothing but 3D graphics sounds like Nightmare. Probably was. Then we got to Rescue Jim, who we talked to. Hank Cyrus collaboration would be good. Yes. Favorite part about the new Berserk is the giant clang noise from his sword. Alright. Dub peasant. I am a dub peasant. I'm all caught up on chat. Back to the game. So, this is the problem. Is Kairos Fateweaver can kite you forever, but he can't hold points. So if I was Kislev, honestly, focus everything on killing that Forsaken, and it looks like they are, and as soon as you kill him, run away. Just run away. Kairos literally can't capture these points. Kairos would have to kill everything on the map. Oh, that's very funny. You know what anime will get me to work out? I already work out. I just need something to watch while I do. I'm currently watching The Witcher Season 2. And League of Legends whenever it's on. Though it's only on weekends, so... Forsaken are going to break. Quick little cast of that like Frost Fang thing is going to do a lot of damage to them, and a rear charge from Katarin. They need to shatter them so they don't have to worry about it anymore. Or just kill them all outright, I guess. Another blue fire is going to poke her in her bum. I think Kislev's got this. I think Golden Floop's going to pull it back. Kairos is trying to dive onto Zarina, but his melee stats are awful. Just awful. She might want to turn around and fight him. Even with a charge bonus, she has better melee stats than he does. Like, that's how bad Kairos is at melee. He's abysmal. Some of the troops using the last of their ranged firepower onto Kairos, but Kislev, I mean, they could triple cap if they wanted to make this go faster, but it looks like they're just going to be a little more cautious. They're going to win on capture points very soon. They just need to survive. Which is fair. And Kislev will win. Kairos reads the writing on the wall, and that's kind of a weird end screen for us to end on. But a big flash of light. Yes, Cyrus, I know it's your workout anime. It's on my list of things to consider watching. Wow, one of the Forsaken got 2,650 value. That's kind of crazy. Kairos got 2,300. His Exalted Chariot got 1,400. Pink Horrors did fine. Blue Horrors did fine considering their cost. And the Furies struggled to get anything done. Zarina did fine. Patriarchs were supportive. Chariots did fine. Winged Lancers still didn't quite pay for themselves, though I think they could have been cycle charge microed a little bit better. So I don't necessarily blame them for that. Classified Dervishes also struggled. Armored Kossars and Kossars did fine. GG. GG. I will give Golden Floof a point. I will check to make sure nobody needs my immediate attention on the Discord. They do not. And I will go to the bathroom. Beer beep. Come with me. I'm back. Calm down. All right. I will say, there's been some, like, I don't want to say controversy. There's been some people who think the patch isn't very good. There were some people who think the patch is great. I'm personally thinks the patch is pretty good. I liked a lot of what I saw. These games I've watched have felt less janky. I will say that already. They already feel way less janky. I don't know. Pendulum being fixed was nice, so Tzeentch has an option to clear out heavy infantry in a line. Cav felt better. They didn't feel worthless. I don't know. Where's Puppy? She's probably taking a nap if she's not in here. We did go out and play for a little bit. After my work meeting, but before this stream, I took her to the park and ran around. Rinless, so far, you think the patch is pretty good? I think you're pretty good. The patch is still a start? Yeah. There's problems. Of course there's problems. But progress is progress. At least it didn't get worse. Looks like Golden Floof is going to be on Grand Cathay. Big B's on the Ogre Kingdoms with a confident lock-in right away. We're going to see something. We're going to see something that I'm very curious about from the patch. I can say that. From looking at the builds, I'll talk about it more in-game. But there's a unit I am quite interested in. Not buying the game till I ironed out most or all the kinks present from Warhammer 1 and 2. Whoa! Whoa! You expect them to fix the stuff from Warhammer 1 and 2? All right. We've got ourselves a bold person here. The most depressing part of the patch is that they said years, Immortal Empires in the same sentence. And it wasn't necessarily linked, but it wasn't not linked. You at least gotta buy me dinner first. Fair enough. Okay, where's the thumbnail? Go away. Iron Blasters. Not Iron Blasters. Lead Belchers. I'm very curious to see Lead Belchers. There are 2 of them in the Ogre army. Theoretically, they're supposed to be less accurate and less powerful, so I'm wondering if they're even a good unit anymore, but we'll see. Hey, Slanesh bots, it's been a long time since you've been here. Get out of here. Get out of here, Slanesh bots. It actually has been a long time since we've had the Slaanesh bots. So, ogres. I did mention the double lead belchers. They're somewhere. There they are. Along with a whole bunch of saber tusks, like 4 saber tusks, some noblars, a front line of ogres, and then ogres with dual weapons. I don't think there's any special types of ogres, just bulls. Yeah. We do have Scrag, the Slaughterer, and 3 Gorgers. I think that's it. Yep, just 3 Gorgers. They are back. Nice observation, Cyrus, in 3 messages. For Cathay, we have double cannons, a whole bunch of peasant long spearmen, some jade warriors with halberds in the back. It's like 3 of them, just making sure none of them are celestial dragon guards. They do have 5 overall. Peasant archers, peasant archers, peasant archers. We have Zhao Ming, the Iron Dragon with Final Transmutation and the Dragon Breath. And we have an Astromancer with Rolling Skies, the Cloak of Po Mei, and Celestial Silk Robe. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, and he has Harmonic Convergence. I was wondering what spell he took. Ogres have no ranged really outside of the lead belchers, so they're going to want to advance at least up until that range. Because the cannons should be able to shoot anything they want to. They're already in range of the Noblars if they just wanted to sit and fire for a little bit. I wouldn't hate that decision. Does anybody know how Turin's Siege Battle tournament went? How'd that go? I was hosting a different tournament at the same time, so I didn't get to see it. I'm very curious how it went, though. I suppose I could just message Umais, but that sounds hard. Golden Floof with the fat 16 gold damage value. GG, pack it up. Big B's might as well surrender. It's over. It's over. Oh, good stretch. Why do I have 1 notification? Oh, okay. Somebody liked one of my videos. Knighthood? Knighthood, you're here? Where have you been? What? I thought you were dead. It looked like it went pretty well. I wish I was able to join it. I'm sorry, Rinless. Sorry. Don't hurt me. We can host one soon. I think I'm allowed to since I worked on the rules for how to make sieges work. I don't know. I don't really want to steal anybody else's idea since I was kind of involved in that one. I think it's kind of mine, but I don't know. I'll talk to Umais. Just make sure I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. So the ogres have done a little bit of a slow push. Kind of surprised the cannons haven't been firing at these Noblars more. As we discussed in one of the earlier games in the stream, cannons have a really hard time running out of ammunition, so you might as well get the value out of them you can. I wonder if these lead belchers get up on this cliff if they can shoot down. Because that line of sight can get kind of fucked up with that. You never know. Ogres seem content to just take all 3 points, though. That's looking pretty good for them. I'm alive. It's the game that's dead, at least for me, until the return of the elves. Did you see Knighthood in the patch that they said years and Immortal Empires in the same sentence? Again, not confirmed that it's going to take years, but like... Hold on. No, this is important. Cannons are now starting to fire at the saber tusks. They just don't want to fire at Noblars, it looks like. There it is. There it is. Knighthood, so this is the sentence. There are still many, many years set aside to continue growth and evolution of the game, including new features, Blood Pack, Immortal Empires, etc., ongoing fixes, continued adjustments to balance, and more. Years! That can't be! Immortal Empires has to come out tomorrow or I will riot. Keep it from the foe. Ratboy, can I ban Knighthood? Nah, we love Knighthood. Until he disagrees with me ever, then he's dead to me. Alright, lead belchers are firing at these Jade Warriors. Still getting pretty good damage in. A little bit of poking. And now Gorgers can move up. Can stalked units capture points? And can they still stay stalked while they do it? Because if that is true, just move the Gorgers up and let them capture and get your Ogre Bolts out of range of those cannons. This is pretty nice, though, from the Ogres player, Big B's. Just taking his time, capturing the points, knowing he doesn't have to go into the range of cannon fire. Now he has a triple cap, almost, once the Gorgers finish capturing that. He'll have a triple cap that he can run with. I think all 3 Gorgers should be there just to capture it faster. They're not doing anything else. They're supposed to be fixing the docking locations. I believe it said on the notes that Tesla, though, or something with the docking locations. What docking locations? What are you talking about? Just wait till they rebalance the elves to grind fast factions like the rest. Stock capping sounds like a pain. Well, it's happening. It's happening. Also, some Sabertusk joined the fray. Cathay is going to take the center point, but that doesn't really matter as long as both of the side points belong to the ogres. They're going to get more points than you. More like Immortal Empires if the Slaanesh bots have anything to say about it. Immoral Empires. I see. I'm not touching the game till elves are in. Missing you guys, though. Knighthood! Tomorrow, I will be playing some more Hammer 2. So if you are around in the time zone that occurs, we'd love to have you. But we will be playing some more Hammer 2 tomorrow. Alright. Some Sabertusk snuck into the Cathay lines, and they're going to shut down one of the Grand Cannons, which is pretty huge. Pretty huge from the Ogres here. It looks like they captured this point and ran up and around, so that's a nice little play there from Big B's. Taking one of the 2 cannons fully offline. Though Cathay has not been laying down, Zhao Ming has just been killing Noblars for fun. He's even routing off one of the Sabertusk packs. On this map specifically, I believe the hills have docking locations for infantry. Ogres most likely can't use them. Oh, I see. Add elves and make the girls OP. They already are. Wood elves are broken. They have females. So these Sabertusk packs almost routed off both Grand Cannons. Almost. They did route 1. The other has only 2 models left out of 4. That is a huge win for the Ogres. And I think they're probably going to win this. Like, it's a little bit early to call, but you have 2 capture points, and Cathay is going to have such a hard time advancing out. Zhao Ming's going to chase off the Sabertusk back. They're not coming back. War Dancers should be able to 1v1 Nakari. Alright, let's all calm down. Lead Belchers are in range of the cannons, so now they're going to start firing. And CA said they're less of a sniper and now more of a shotgun. So let's see how that works out. Taking fire. Oh, wait, they're not in range. What am I, in drugs? My bad. I thought they were in range. It's the cannons attacking them, not them attacking the cannons. Another Sabertusk pack runs through the trees. It's going to chase off the cannons, but this one's going to rampage straight into Jade Wars with halberds and die a horrible, horrible death. Just a horrible death. Lead Belchers are in range of kind of nothing. Looks like they're trying to shoot at peasant long spearmen, but their own gorgers will get in their way. Somehow they managed not to friendly fire. Good for you guys. Nicely done. Sabertusk pass getting chased off by Zhao Ming yet again. And these ones dive in just to get that Grand Cannon once more. Really want to stop its firepower so the Lead Belchers can move up a little bit closer without getting murdered. But speaking of getting murdered, boom. Kerboosh. Pshui goes the Sabertusk pack, and they're fucking doomed. They are big doomed. Ogres are almost halfway to the point limit they need, though. Gorges are tearing apart peasants. Well, that's looking a little rough, and cannons trying to offer some support, but cannons aren't the best at hitting gorgers. They're very low to the ground. Another Sabertusk pack is just going to throw itself at this fucking cannon. Looks like they're actually going to get in this time. The first one did great. The second one got caught up on a bunch of spears. This one's in here, but it's not going to route it before it itself is also routed off. So the first Sabertusk play was pretty good. After that, it kind of fell apart. Damage value is pretty heavily in Cathay's favor. But the score, I mean, the score's looking real good. Eternal War Dancers with Glaives. Should beat Nakari? I don't know if they would. Nakari's pretty decent. Gorgers charging some crossbowmen. Or are these peasant archers? They're peasant archers. Yeah, they'll tear them apart. They're going to take a lot of damage on the way in, though. Trying to heal up with Scrag. Not sure if it's going to be enough. Lead Belchers are in range to harass down some of these Jade Warriors. Gorgers and Sabertusk packs are chasing off things, but I don't know. It's going to be kind of wild if Cathay wins the fight, but then just can't capture the points in time. They snuck a peasant long spearman that rallied back into this point. I wonder if these Lead Belchers notice, turn around, and Gatling gun his ass to death. They should, if they can. They should. These dogs are fighting peasant long spearmen. Cannons are firing at the lead belchers. These gorgers are all going to die to Zhao Ming horribly. If there hasn't been a final trans, there probably is going to be one right about there. And ogres do charge in and take out the peasant archers that were holding the center point. So ogres are going to triple cap for a little bit. Big B's is all in on just losing the fight, but winning the war, I guess. Chat's becoming Slanesh bots. My friend just messaged me and was talking about the vote for what we're doing next, and he was like, just pointing out that the Warhammer 2 won on the poll pretty convincingly. And he's like, not the most inspired decision, but at least they know what they want. Alright, ogres still have the triple cap for just a little bit. Now they really need to turn around with their lead belchers and take care of these peasant long spearmen, but it looks like gorgers are going to run up and take care of them instead. I think the lead belchers could have done it for less time. Probably would have been worth it. We're past the 4,000 point, though. I think there's no way for Cathay to take back control in this game, unfortunately for them. As a Great Maw is getting cast. That's going to take out a lot of stuff. Good for them. I still think Cathay is in a good spot winning the battle-wise. I mean, they're pretty up in score. The gorgers are almost dead. Nobblers are almost dead. Ogres are kind of running out of steam. The lead belchers could be shot by infantry pretty soon. Zhao Ming's very healthy, but they can't take the points. They can't. It's a fat W for the ogres. Cathay just too slow. Too slow, didn't get to kill enough stuff. The ogres ran around. Lead belchers still seem okay. They're fine. Lead belchers, one paid for itself, the other one didn't. Just shooting peasants wasn't enough. Gorgers did okay, not amazing. Ogre Bulls did okay. Saber Tusks did mixed. Nobblars got murdered. So it was a capture point victory for sure. Zhao Ming about 1,000. Mana battery 2. Cannons mixed. One got 1,900. The other got 400. Halberds did fine. Peasant arrows did fine. Peasant long spears did eh. So that takes us to game 3. Nicely done to Big B's. Bada bing, bada boom. How's the rest of the tournament going? Runeless and Enticity. There. Just letting them know they can play without me. So it's the starting funds now in Domination. In Domination in general, I forget, but it's 50-50. It's the same as your reinforcement fund. So the reinforcement fund went down, the main fund went up. I forget what like that usually is, but I think it's probably 6,200 apiece. But it's the same now. Yeah, it's the same now. Big B says he needs 5 minutes real quick. Said he'll be back at 3:40. I assume that's of a different time zone. Okay. That's pretty fine. When are you going to adopt a raccoon to be the channel mascot? Never. Never. So Big B's needs 5 minutes. Cat. Let's go. I hate when people do this to their cats. Why are you so mean to them? Wait, does that cat's ear have a face? That cat's ear has a face. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that face. Look at that face in that ear. That's kind of fucked up. He caught it. Oh. I don't know what this music is, but alright.
Come on. Come on, let's go. You better get
It's
up here.
T-Pain's cat.
Come check this.
Enough with the music. Trish. That dog's trying to stop that cat from eating fish. That's mean. Stop playing music. You can get me demonetized or whatever. Aw. That cat's a weeb. Don't upset weeb cat. Whoever that is jacked calves.
Get the puppy. Get the dog. Get the dog, Bubs.
Quit fucking with your cat. Why are you training your cat to bite you? Don't be a dumbass. People are stupid. Cyrus, I don't even know what that is. Oh, is it a raccoon? No, it's not a raccoon. The tail isn't right. Alright, Big B said he'd be back by now, so I'll just hope that he is. We'll have to go on faith. The hairless cats are things of nightmares, Rescue Jim, it's true. Rescue Jim, we're coming to your semifinal next. Who would you rather face? Any preferences? Is it raining? Hold on. Oh, fuck yeah, it's raining. That's exciting. Why are you watching furries? Cyrus, those are just cats. Those are just real cats. I also don't know why people like hairless cats. My kitty is very floofy. He's a floofer. But that's not a raccoon. Its tail isn't right. Let's see if I can find Ed. You just want to face Enticity? I mean, I love Rinless. I love my boy Rinless. But as I said at the start of the stream, I think Inticity's favored to win this whole thing. And I think Rinless is second. So, probably going to see him in the finals. Kitty! Kitty! Moo cow! Moo cow! Look at my little moo cow cat. Look at my little moo cow cat. Who's a good boy? Say hi to the stream. Who's a good boy? Oh. You love the moo cow. Yeah. You love the moo cow kid. Look at him. Look at him. He's so cute. He's such a good boy. Oh. Oh. Big floofer. Big floofer. Alright, let's go put you back on your bed. Let's go put you back. I'm back. Though now I hear Hazel coming, so we'll see. We'll see. Made a screenshot of my stream. All right. He is back. It is confirmed. Big B's is back. He's choosing armies. Looks like Golden Floof is hovering on corn for now. Wonder what that's about. What's the map? Battle for Itza again? Pretty small map. Hazel's back. She's yawning in the corner. Ed's over here. All the puppies and kitties in the same room. I almost got another cat yesterday. Almost. I met this really cute little kitty at the pet store when I was getting food for the pup. He was so cute. He was a little orange tabby. Ugh! Love orange tabbies. Love it. It's the weirdo with the hairless cats. Okay, yeah, that guy's weird. Doesn't mean normal cats are weird. Hey, buddy. Ed's back. Ed's back, everybody. We do have the dreaded Haggard Corn Mirror on Battle for Itza. There's no spells to kite with. Not a lot of range to kite. I guess you could Hell Cannon. Not Hell Cannon, the Skull Cannon kite if you really wanted to. Buddy, you're shedding so much. Why are you shedding? Big B's is ready. This build's pretty straightforward. Buddy, you're shedding so much. Why? Why are you shedding? Stop it. Keep all your little fur in your body. Keep all your little fur in your little body. Golden Floof's ready. His build is also pretty straightforward. I saw Blood Crushers for a brief moment, but it doesn't look like we're going to get them. Because both players got rid of them. Big B's unreadied. Whoops. I opened Microsoft Paint. That's not ideal. Who's just good boy? I'm trying to think if any other Total War streamers show us their pets. Sotek shows us his dog. I don't know. Turn showed pictures of his dogs, but I don't know if was Wookiee ever on stream? I can't remember if Wookiee was on stream or not. Big B's keeps baiting me by readying and unreadying. Fucking got him. Hey, little buddy. And it's official! Big B's put the Blood Crushers back into his build. Right before starting. There they are. Blood Crushers of Corn. Can they do anything? What do you think? Huh? What do you think? Ed doesn't know. Ed doesn't know. Good boy. Oof. I love your scritches. Ed, you haven't been on the stream for a while. It's been the Hazel show. What you been doing? Oh yeah, my son HW has a pup, doesn't he? A battle for Itza. So we have Corn v Corn. For Big B's, we have Scarbrand the Exiled, Double Cultist of Corn, both with their summon, it would appear. Then we have Fleshhounds, Blood Crushers of Corn, Bloodletters, 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 and more Fleshhounds. On the other side, for Golden Floof, the Floof of Gold, we have a Herald of Corn with some AoE melee buffs to try and help his soldiers win the frontline fight if it would stop trying to tell me about different units. Locus of Wrath, Deadly Onslaught I don't think is worth it, but to each their own. Revel and Slaughter, pretty good stuff there. Two Cultists of Corn also with their Bloodletter summons. We have Triple Spawn, some Bloodletters, Exalted Bloodletters, Exalted Bloodletters. Then we have two Chaos Warriors with Halberds in the front, and three Exalted Bloodletters, one regular Bloodletter. So we have a Corn Infantry, like half box, half push, and we have a Corn single entity and mobility push. Yes. I'm gonna bet on Big D's, not because I have a preference, but because I just want to see the Blood Crushers do well for once. Oh, and with the cavalry changes, they actually might do okay. Alright, let's see. Let's see if the cavalry changes make it okay. Oh, this is interesting. I feel like I'm hiding in a swamp. Anyway, sorry. Got distracted for a second there. The Scarbrand's just sprinting out here. It looks like he's going to use one of his breath attacks for free and then run away. Let me see it. Though you are shooting uphill, so it might be a little difficult for you. Still does okay. Kills one of the models outright. He just trundles away. Goodbye, Scarbrand. Maybe someone will finally want Blood Crusher since they buffed Cav. They've been left in a corner and forgotten since a week after lunch. Yeah. What sucks is they're so cool. Look at these guys. They're sick as fuck. Scarbrand's force is kiting away. Looks like he's kind of setting up a surround with the dogs, but he also just wants to get off probably another free breath attack before the melee ensues. Because after the melee ensues, it's going to be really hard to get anybody to run around and get another breath attack done. I, for one, welcome the new swamp view. How does it look from under here? Oh, pretty okay. The tile, for some reason, is just clear, so I can, like, just look at it. Oh, they have, like, cool little fire in the rib cages. Ah, goddamn. Such a cool unit. Such a cool unit. Scarbrand's going for a side shot somewhere. Something. Maybe shoot these Chaos Warriors with halberds? Since your Skull Crushers really don't want to run into them. That's pretty good. What does this have? 3 uses? How long is he going to keep doing this? Uses 1. 1 left? Wait, does it update in real time? If so, that is a huge improvement. And I welcome it. Because in Warhammer 2, you always had to, like, do all the math on your own. It definitely doesn't have 1 use, though, so... I think it does update in real time. In which case it would mean it started with 3. So Big B's is kiting back with his Exalted Bloodthirsters, Bloodletters, whatever. Doesn't really want to fight anything till he has to. Gains free value. Meanwhile, for Golden Floof, he's just going to try to be content taking 2 different points, since he owns the middle of the map. And Big B's isn't taking any points. He doesn't give a single shit about that. He's winning this battle through violence one way or the other. Actually, yeah, he is going to take 1 point. With the green and the red arrows both going up and down, I kind of assumed some of the red infantry was over here. I didn't realize the game was just being stupid. Don't know why the visuals on that stuff's still broken. Like 35 years after launch. The points unlock. How fast will they take point 1? Wow, no one's taking anything quickly. Unfortunately for Golden Flute, he's kind of positioned between the two, so he's going to have a hard time getting anything. Alright, let's see if it says 0. It says 0! Yay! That shit actually updates in real time! Yes, that is such a good little quality of life improvement. Love to see it. Anyway, Big B's has gotten about 500 damage value for all of his effort. Don't know if it's worth it, but it's something. I mean, better than nothing. Does have to engage at some point, though. Otherwise, I mean, like, yeah, of course, he's going to lose on points if he doesn't do anything, but... He also, a problem for him is that his units all crumble, and Golden Floof actually has some units that'll run away, some Chaos Warriors and stuff. So it might be a little harder to technically army loss somebody, and then the capture and the points will matter. Whose summon of Bloodletters is this? Probably yellow? No. It's red. Wow. Okay. No, and a third one. It's just everybody has to have more summons than the other guy. Alright, all the summons are out. That was it. It was instantaneous. Nobody's holding on to anything. It's just all the summons, all day. Okay. I disagree. I think usually patience is very much rewarded in the summons game in a demons versus demons matchup, but teach their own, I suppose. Herald of Khorne is fighting 2 cultists of Khorne, so we'll lose that 2v1 most likely, though he does have more support nearby, it looks like. Spawner charging over. It looks like 1 Chaos Warrior with Halberd unit is just going to sit on point 1 and guarantee that they get to hold on to it. Golden Floof has very rapidly evened up the damage trade. You can see, because remember, Big B started off with like a 600 advantage. Now it's tied, dead even. Chaos Warriors trading okay. Spawn do need to get back engaged. Looks like these ones were briefly forgotten, and the Blood Crushers of Khorne are a little caught up. They're not having a great time. They're already down to like 1/3 health, which is a big problem for them. Exalted Bloodletters and Chaos Spawn surrounding Scarbrand is going to be very, very bad for him. And these Bloodletters are a summon, so they'll go away soon. But they're trying to get a little bit of blood damage in onto the cultists. Things are looking pretty good for Golden Floof. Once all the summons disappear from the map, it'll be a little easier to tell what the hell's going on. I think that's the only summon left, but they should be going away now. Fleshhounds of Khorne are disintegrating as well, so they'll be gone. These last Bloodletters of the yellow team will also be gone, and it'll be down to just their Blood Crushers, 1 unit of Fleshhounds, and Scarbrand to carry. Meanwhile, Golden Floof pulled over his last reserve halberd that still has full health from point 1. It looks like he doesn't care about it anymore. He knows he can out-capture the other side because he has, infantry left. Scarbrand needs to get involved. He needs to kill off some of the single entities for the red team. That is his job, his function. But what can kill off all these Chaos Warriors? I honestly don't know. Blood Crusher's trying to get stuck in. Looks like they will soon start to crumble away the Exalted Bloodletters. They're currently working on killing off those Rampaging Chaos Spawn, but the double cultists of the yellow team are looking very, very beat up. Very tattered, and Scarbrand's going to have to carry this, and I don't know if he can. I don't have a lot of faith in Scarbrand. Yellow team's going to try to kite away, but this does unfortunately leave their double yellow cultists to die. And now they're going to go back in front of the charge. Scarbrand punts a Chaos Spawn, but I don't know if he even kills it. He doesn't even kill it. It gets back up. And I think Golden Floof is going to take this one. This idea is simplistic and effective. Thanks. Enticity came up with it. Thank him, but I'll cast it anytime. Fleshhounds, going to go back to fighting some Spawn that overextended a little bit. Kill all of them off. Once these 2 cultists are dead, what can the yellow team do? I don't know. Red team still has 13 Spawn over there. They have so many Spawn, because there's like 1, 13, so there's 15 Spawn left on the map. There's still some Exalted Bloodletters, and this full health Halberd unit is going to be a big, big problem. So now, we are getting to the point, 2,500. If red team can hit 2,500 before yellow team fully captures 2 points, then red team's going to win on points if they can hold a single area on their own, which would be very bad for green. It looks like they're trying to stop that from happening. Scarbrand and some Blood Crushers are trying to take this while Fleshhounds run over here. But again, if that ticks over 2,500 before they get an official double cap, they're kind of fucked. Alright, they're kind of fucked. They're going to have to win the melee fight now. Because it doesn't matter. They only need, like, even if you score 2-1 for the rest of the game, you're going to get to 4,800 something, and they're going to hit 5,000, because they need less than half as many points as you do, and you're scoring double. Okay. I wonder, since stuff updates in real time, does the Herald of Khorne's Blade update? More than 80 kills. Oh, it doesn't tell me how many that is. Lame. Suppose I could see he has 16, he has 18, he has 1. Looks like red team is realizing they can pull back, or no? He's just pulling some of his single entities back within his infantry. Okay. But I don't know, you could not even waste your vigor. You could just stand on point 3, you don't need it. Grabbing points and kiting is Floof's only strategy right now. I mean, B. I guess, but like I said, mathematically, he's still going to lose. Scarbrand tries to get a charge in, but honestly, he kind of half-asses it and then takes a whole bunch of damage in return. And this other victory point is not taken yet. It's not taken just yet. Scarbrand throws out the Rampage aura. Looks like he's trying to dodge away from Locust of Wrath with its plus 40 melee attack. But I think you do have to charge or something. You're too far behind on points. Too far behind. Blood Crushers are coming in. It looks like Chaos Warriors with the Halberds are coming back and trying to peel them off. But since the Chaos Warriors are busy, Fleshhounds will hit from the other side. And I really want to crumble down these Exalted Bloodletters, just get rid of some of the units in the area. But Blood Crushers need to come back now. You need to be much more aggressive about harassing these halberds. Scarbrand gets away. I don't know what he can do. Blood Crusher's gonna go take out this single spawn that's just standing here. We're in the 4,000 point range, and yeah, red team has reclaimed point 1. I mean, they never technically lost it, but... Eesh. Rusky Jim, if you want to host a game so that Golden Floof and I can join it after this, it'd be good. Or I suppose if Golden Floof is the host here, then you could just join this one. I don't know. Just work here. All the cycle charging in the world won't save you from being double capped. Blood Crushers are fucking off to do their own thing. And can Scarbrand kill this entire army? I don't think so. Blood Crushers! Wow, they stopped dead on those halberds. They did not push through them at all. That is fucking brutal. Okay, they're getting mincemeated. Alright, everything's dying. They did get a cultist of corn, though, so... Who really won? It's Golden Floof. It's Golden Floof, but Big B's gave it a good try, and I liked having him on the stream. I hope to see him again soon. How's Enticity and Rinless doing? Fine. They're still playing. No winner declared yet. Scarbrand running back in. He's going to fight to the very end, which is imminently approaching. How many spawn are left? 9. 1. It's 10. Without the Bloodletters, Chaos Warriors still have 2/3 HP. Eek. And Golden Floof almost getting exactly the damage value needed. A little bit more. Done and done. Did we crash? What happened? Nope, we're good. Scarbrand, 2,500-ish value. Cultists of Corn didn't get very much, but they just cast summons. Fleshhounds honestly did pretty well. Blood Crushers did, oh, okay. I think they're 1,500, which is unfortunate for them, but you love to see them. You wish they did better. Herald of Corn, his cultists also did okay. Exalted Bloodletters did, well, if you average all their values, pretty good. Spawn did excellently. Halberds did fine, and the basic Bloodletters did okay. Host has left the game? Okay. Multiplayer lobbies. Aslan versus Hanadins. 2v2 domination. I don't see it, so I'm going to host one for simple land battles. Because then I can, whoever wins this can just stay in my lobby and whatnot. You must enter a game name that doesn't contain profanity. Excuse me? Hazel, that was a little weird. Okay, I'll get back to that. It's simp. You can't write simp. The fuck? Why can't I write simp as part of simple? Okay. At Golden and at Rusky. Your stream is also considered lewd. Everything's lewd. Though you did do some photoshopping to make it lewd, good sir. So we're going to Broken Leg Gully for game 1 between Golden Floof and Rescue Jim. Rescue Jim joined first, so he's on the left-hand side of my scoreboard. And I'll put the little blocker up just in case. So Golden Floof stays where he was, since he was on the bottom before, so we'll go boop. VM's Rescue Jim. And aside Golden Floof. Winner of this will play in the finals versus Rinless or Enticity, whoever wins that one. And we're not casting that one just for the sake of time. A million people are streaming today because it's patch 1.1 just came out, so don't really feel like competing with people I stand no chance against, like Turin and Rubber Duck and stuff. I just came back to Human Boy shouting simp. Is it simp from simple? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, map set. We're good to go. As far as the bracket for today, I guess we could look at that if you wanted to. Big B's, Praetor, Golden Floof versus Big B's. Now Golden Floof's up versus Rusky Jim, who beat Race to get here. We saw that game. I did not play. I gave up my spot to someone who wanted to play. Fought Rinless. Rinless beat them. And Lord Lever did not make an appearance today, unfortunately. So Rinless did auto-advance there. Anticity got a bye round 1, and then he fought Comer Dinner to get here. Comer Dinner is also quite a good player. It's a good for them. Curious how far they are into their series. Yeah, it'd be funny because Enticity is the one who's paying the prize because he asked me to host this tournament, but it's technically like his show. If Enticity wins it, then he just saves himself $10, which is nice. Okay. So I just put up some circles. I'll turn on this extra light so that my face doesn't look so dark. That help? Yeah, that helps. It's me with my Skaven shirt. Boop. I love this shirt. I forget if I got it for me or somebody got it for me. I think maybe Grace got it for me. I don't know. The amount of Skaven merch in the world is too damn low. Enticity always wins his own tourneys? Yeah, because he cheats. Duh. Fucking duh. Yeah. Someone's gonna message me about it. Golden Floof just messaged me and said I had the funds wrong, which is true. Okay, I put up a poll for what I should grab for myself. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Again. Because I have a tiny bladder. Oh, Golden Floof's ready. Rusky Jim's almost ready. Just thinking about it. I can wait till after this game. I just thought if we were gonna be in a lull, I could go. So water or water? I mean, yes. I guess. Absinthe. Just go hard. I made low main last night for Grace myself. That was pretty good. That was yummy. Anybody texted me this time? I have a package delivered if you're home. I burned it. Already got it. Everybody's ready. We're getting into the thing. What's this email about? Venmo. 100 cash back bonus now with the Venmo something something. Well, that's always worth it. Companies love giving away money for free. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, Grace just said thanks. That's fine. We're getting into the game now. All right, viewers, that went down to 13 and now it's kind of back up to 20. Let's stay in the mediocre range. Let's not dip down into the depressing range. Oh, dude, it's so hard, man. It's so hard. I worried about this a little bit before Warhammer 3 came out. I talked about it on stream, but I worried that when Warhammer 3 came out, like, the influx of new players would be good, but then all the streamers coming back to the game would be bad for me, and I was worried that the streamers coming back would be bad for me, like, on the net. And it's still hard to tell, but I do have days where, like, if Turin's streaming or Rubber Duck streaming or Enticity streaming at the same time as me, it's just like, and we're back down in the tens. We're in the tens, low teens area. It feels pretty bad. Damn you big streamers being popular. Alright. For Rusky Jim, we are at game 1 of a new series. Rusky Jim has 5 Fleshhounds? No. 3 Fleshhounds, 2 Chaos Warhounds. Of Khorne. Alright, we do have a Blood Crusher. Yet another Blood Crusher getting used here today. Exalted Bloodthirster up in the sky. On the ground, we do have Bloodletters, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Warriors, and 1 Chaos Warriors with Halberd. I thought I saw something. Double Cultist, of course. Always. On the other side, for Golden Floof and Kislev, we have 1 Winged Lancer. 2 Winged Lancers overall, but 1 on the flank, 1 in the main group. We have a Griffin Legion, 1 Elemental Bear, the Tsarina Katerin herself with Heart of Winter, the slowdown spell, Frost Fang thingy, the Frost Dick. There we go. Yeah, it is Frost Fang. Frost Fang, stand your ground, then 2 Patriarchs to provide the blob with some heals. Again, I see double Patriarch, both with all of their items. I still think that is a waste because they don't stack. I think one of them should have some, and the other should have some other ones, but I don't think spending all that money on both is worth it. And triple Zargard with great weapons. So it's the bear blob. We'll see how the bear blob does. -1 bear plus some cav, and on a map where you can just avoid them and take points. Collaboration, how dare they the nerve what? How dare they take the Kislev bear blob, or how dare they... What are we talking about? What's happening? I'm scared. Enticity did advance to the final, so whoever wins this will fight Enticity. Heineken is bad enough. It's fine. I don't know. I don't mind it. I've been trying all the non-alcoholic beers in my area. They're just... Some of them aren't very good. And before you're like, why don't you just drink real beer like a real man? Well, 1, it's 3 p.m. and 2, I have liver disease, so shame. Shame on you. I have my reasons. Genetics are a bitch. Anyway, game started. Khorne's chilling. The answer, not the answer, but the thing nobody wants me to say but is true is, I mean, Khorne could try to win this game just by walking around the map and avoiding the bear blob and taking 2 points every time they take 1. And if they separate out the blob, then you'll win. No one wanted to hear me say that out loud, but I did, so. We'll see. Does Khorne kite? Hopefully not, right, Hazel? Yeah, she agrees. We have this best of 3, then another one, then I have more videos to make after patch 1.1 came out. A lot going on. Try to drink German non-alcoholic beers. I think I got one that was like this lemon beer, and it was really bad. Michael Saul. So all German beers are terrible, because I had one bad experience with one. And never mind the fact that I lived in Germany for a month, and I know their beer is rather good. For the sake of this stream and annoying Hank Cyrus, I'm just going to say German beer is terrible. How dare they stream and take your viewers? Don't they know you voice the protagonist? Right? I am the best streamer that ever existed. I'm super professional, right, Hazel? On the high ground, Winged Lancers and the Griffin Legion are going to go fight Fleshhounds and Chaos Warhounds, and I would think the Heavy Cav would win that pretty convincingly. Though it looks like one of the Heavy Cav is considering abandoning the fight, and while I'm petting a dog, we're just going to have to cast from this angle. I'm really sorry, everybody else. The Griffin Legion's now plowing into the side, and I think those two heavy cav combined should be able to beat the 3 dogs, especially the Chaos Warhounds offer very little to that fight, and they're not unbreakable. They will rout off at the first sign of trouble. And even the second Winged Lancer crew is coming in to help as well. So that's a big loss for Khorne up on the high ground, and a rough start for Rescue Jim on there. Who's this? Who's this? Who's this big puppy? Who's this big puppy? Who is it? Don't actually, yeah, keep looking at me. Don't look at the screen where 3 puppy units are all dying. Don't look at the screen. Oh no, she looked at the screen. Oh, she's crying now. Hazel Basil is crying. Anyway, I digress. Chaos Warhounds routing like we said they would. Fleshhounds of Khorne are actually somehow still in this. It looks like one of the other Chaos Warhound units did rout off the map. Khorne is descending upon the central bear blob without their Exalted Bloodthirster. I think that's a big mistake. Don't fight that blob. Don't fight it unless you absolutely have to. Like right now, while your Exalted Bloodthirster and Fleshhounds are often doing fuck all, don't fight that. Now the damage value is actually looking a little okay, but I suppose an entire Chaos Warhound routing off the map without losing all of its health could inflate that a little bit, because I feel like that was a good start for Kislev, but the damage values wouldn't show it. Winged Lancer is getting picked off by the Exalted Bloodthirster, now chased off the map. That's a good counter argument there. Khorne does commit to fighting the blob. I'm nervous. I'm nervous, Batman. Radler's pretty good. Don't like the taste of alcohol. I liked red wine a lot when I didn't know I had a genetic condition. I really liked red wine. But non-alcoholic wines are trash, so I can have an alcoholic drink every now and again, and when I do, I have red wine, but for just some spice of life, I try non-alcoholic beers because I get tired of just water or juice. Anyway, this is why I didn't want the blob fight to happen. Khorne's losing it badly. Very, very, very badly. They got destroyed. Golden Floof has 5,100 damage value now. Frusky Jim has 2,900-ish. And remember what that was going into the blob fight. Before the blob happened, it was about even. So, this is why I was saying, try to get your advantages elsewhere and only fight this if you absolutely have to. It's looking pretty bad. Exalted Bloodthirster is jumping in. Now, maybe if he gets some amazing RNG on the Patriarchs are piss-poor combatants, and their leadership isn't actually that high. And the Tsarina is also not very good in combat. She's okay, but she's not very good. So the Exalted Bloodthirster, if he's allowed to just duel them and fight, he could take them down. Now this Bloodletter summon trying to chase after cavalry, I don't really love. They're going to disintegrate before they ever catch it, because it's cavalry, and also you have like 1 million units doing that already, so why is this summoned unit also chasing it? But I digress. Cultists of Khorne are getting beat up by the Elemental Bear and the Tsarina. The Exalted Bloodthirster does get behind the Tsarina. Now he pushes out to go away. Kind of liked him where he was. And Khorne has double cap. Now this was the original point of what I was talking about at the start, which Khorne should do, is take 2 points, and then wherever the bear blob goes, don't go there, and just capture the points that they leave behind. But it looks like Rescue Jim's going to start doing that. I feel like it's a little too late. Like your army is too damaged, and now the bear blob can actually split up now and still kill a lot of stuff, I think. Exalted Bloodthirster's going to dive down onto the big elemental bear, getting a few shots onto it. He's going to have to retreat immediately after that, and it looks like he knows that. Full health Fleshhound unit chasing around the Griffin Legion. Looks like the Griffin Legion's not going to turn and fight them. They're going to run away for the rest of their poor little lives. Fleshhounds of Khorne are here. Do we have any Bloodletter summons that are going to go away? It doesn't look like it. Blood Crushers of Khorne are in here. I forgot they were even in the game, and they're not going to be for very long. Eek. Love Red Wine as well. It's good stuff. Enticity is a tough cookie. I'm going to need to practice a lot more to beat him. Yup. I beat Enticity once in a best of 3, and I have faced him more than once. So, yeah, pretty good player. I feel like I did good in the first game, but the second game felt like he beat me pretty quickly. Heineken and Beck's non-alcoholic is pretty alright. I do like the Heineken. People were shit-talking it a little bit ago. I'll take ethanol in any form. I'm not an alcoholist. I'm not an alcoholist, only an alcoholic. Oh, Doomsage. Classic Doomsage. So I haven't really talked about the game for a while, but there's not much going on. Corn units disintegrating, corn units dying. Exalted Bloodthirster is pretty much the only thing left on this map, besides some flesh hounds. Now, technically, Rusky Jim could still win this through points. Because the cavalry that exists for Cathay, yes, Kislev is very, very injured. He's even trying to run it down with his Exalted Bloodthirster, and his dogs could come up once they know that these Winged Lancers exist. You could run them down, and then Kislev's too slow to catch you anywhere. And the Bear Blob will just walk to every single point. And again, one thing I did point out they could do is throw the bear down here, take one Zarguard and go up here, take the other two Zarguard and go over here, and have the heroes on mounts split up as well. It feels bad, but as Kislev now, you just want to take fights. It doesn't matter if you're blobbed or not, because you just need to finish off Khorne. You can't out-mobility them, so you have to go to every point at once, kind of. You like wine and Heineken, you clearly have common disease. For alcoholic beers, I don't usually drink Heineken. Though it's even worse. I drank Bud Light when I drank real beers. I don't speak baguette either, I speak convict. Because you're Australian. Gotcha. Exalted Bloodthirster diving down on some Zarguard with great weapons. A Heart of Winter cast just onto him for the shits. For the shits and the giggles. That's pretty funny. Might be a waste of mana from Golden Floof, though. Winged Lancers trying to take this point, but they will not be able to. And Kislev's just going to go for the 2 capture points. Hold point 2, hold point 1. They're not far enough behind that matters, so Khorne would have to have 2 points over them for quite a while longer. And I like this split. Have the bear with some infantry and have the other single entities with some infantry.
Take it back.
Yeah. I smoked for 18 years, I don't taste. Exalted Bloodthirster is on the ground for just a little bit. Zarina tries to run over and take care of him, but can't. Bud Light is pretty gross. You're pretty gross!
There's a lot of people that shit talk Bud Light. I feel like it's safe. It's a beer for people that don't usually like beer. It's just fine. But that's me, because like I said, if I had a choice, I wouldn't even pick a beer. I would just pick wine. Wine or vodka drinks. Though recently, Grace got me onto gin and tonics like a month before we found out that I could have like 2 drinks a week for the rest of my life. Like a month before I found out that. Grace was like, try a gin and tonic, you'll like it. And I was like, okay, and I tried it. I'm like, this is pretty good. And then we go to the doctor, and they're like, you know, by the way, did you know that you have these 2 recessive genes and your liver is going to be like completely fucked later in life, so you should stop drinking? And I'm like, cool. If you can get imported Aussie beer, try Cooper's Sparkling Ale. It's heavy, closer to bread than ale. That's a cool description. Closer to bread than ale. Anyway, Fleshhounds of Khorne are running up to take point 1. I'm wondering why Kislev is standing around. It looks like Golden Floof will now realize that he actually has to defend that point, because you're still not to the score where you can sit on 1 point and win this game. You do need to get 2. Big dive in from the Exalted Bloodthirster. He tries to kill off a couple Zarguard, then he's going to pull away, but can the big bear get a slap? Nope. Actually, these Patriarchs aren't on mounts either, so the Tsarina has to go up here and stop these Fleshhounds. And the rest of the blob's coming too. This could be a bit of a mistake from Golden Floof, moving the whole blob as one. I really liked earlier what he did, split them up. And had some Zarguard and the bear down here and the characters up here. I think you just stay in that formation. Let the Elemental Bear handle the Exalted Bloodthirster if he needs to. Because this is getting risky. You can't really afford to lose a victory point at this stage of the game. Fuller's London Pride is the best beer. I'll have to try it. I'll try it. Cyrus also keeps recommending a bunch of beers for me that I haven't gotten because I'm trash, but I would like to try them. Just slowly in my own time. Whoops, went through the map. The bears and the infantry do push off the people from point 2, and the Tsarina and their Patriarchs and other infantry push off the people from point 1. Don't leave it, please. Just stay up there. Just stay up there till you get confirmed ahead of your opponent. Then you can sit on 1 point. Actually, not even. You'd have to get pretty far ahead of your opponent before you can sit on 1 point. Corn's just being annoying. Rescue Jim's trying to take a point. The Bear Blob is moving back towards point 2, while Fleshhounds move up to point 1. And if he can double cap at this point, he will still get a little bit ahead. That's all he needs. He's going down to the wire, honestly. Belgian beers are better than Dutch ones, in your opinion. That could be true. I don't know. I don't know, Mr. McCarthy. Alright, I'm ending the poll. Apparently after this game I'm getting water. Apparently. Exalted Bloodthirster takes a big bunch of damage, but does it matter as the Fleshhounds are going to finish taking point 1? It looks like some of the Griffin Legion, nope, Winged Lancers are going to go try and sneak point 3, but honestly they're so wounded I don't know if they can take point 3 before this game's over. If those green boys of Khorne can take that second point, it might be hard for Kislev. Even if they kill everything, it might be hard for Kislev to win this game. I don't know. As the last of the Fleshhounds are going away, the Exalted Bloodthirster is very damaged, and he's going to try and stop the Tsarina and their team from getting up the hill. Now, unfortunately for Khorne, these Fleshhounds are also capturing it very, very slowly. Exalted Bloodthirster is trying to stop the Tsarina. The tickets are close. It's not quite to the point where green can't win if they double cap yet. Frostfang tries to do a little bit of damage to the dogs. Tsarina is taking a ton of damage from this Exalted Bloodthirster, but he's going to crumble away. He's soon going to disintegrate. He will be gone. There's no way the dogs take that in time. They're capturing it so slowly. And it's over. That was a good game, though. That was a good game. Exalted Bloodthirster did well. Bloodcrushers honestly did okay. Not great. Bloodletters did fine. Chaos Warriors all got murdered in that blob fight. Fleshhounds did well. And the basic Chaos Warhounds didn't. Tsarina did great. Bear did great. Griffin Legion did not great. Zargard with great weapons did awesome. The support boys did support things, and the Winged Lancers also suffered a horrific tragedy. I need the next map. Next map is Death Pass. Boop. Map set. I'll put up the blocker. I'll update the score. Then I'm going to grab myself a community voted on sparkling water because you all hate me and don't want me to have nice things in life. Beer. I'm back. We get Cathay versus Ogre Kingdoms again, but this time we'll see if Cathay is a little more aggressive on the map. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. I have a blocker up so I can look at the armies. Okay. Doomsage Americans seem to not understand that Denmark and the Netherlands aren't the same. I know Denmark and the Netherlands aren't the same. I've played enough Crusader Kings 2 and 3 to know that. Actually, Civilizations as well. And watched enough European League of Legends that also I knew that. Alright. Viewers are dwindling. I know. Everything sucks. I got that. But if you're still here, does anybody here watch the League of Legends professional scene? North American, Europe, anything like that? Let me know. Let me know. Ogres versus Cathay. Last time we saw this, I think it was with Golden Floof as well, versus his previous opponent, Big Bees. And the Ogres lost the fight, but they won the battle because they captured all the points. Crusader Kings is such a fun game. It is. I play with friends, though. Yeah. Runeless, I'm really bad at it because I almost always end up... My friends make fun of me a lot because I have pretty bad luck in video games a lot of the time. And in Crusader Kings specifically, I shit you not, this is not exaggeration. Almost every game, I will have advisors that I have 100 out of 100 relation with. Like, they are my best friend. And then they'll be like, I joined a faction to depose you. And I'm like, why? Literally, why? Our economy is great. We have the second best army in all of Europe. I am a nice man. You are my best friend. Why? And they're like, I'm joining up with Dupe Fuckington. And Dupe Fuckington over there is like, yeah, me. I have an intelligence of 1. My city is the poorest city in our entire nation. I hate that guy. And I'm like, wait, you hate that guy. Why are you on his side? And he's like, because he's not the player character. And Dupe Fuckington's over there like, yeah, fuck you, player character. It happens to me every time. Every time my best friends will just join, not like my real life best friends, but like my best friends in the game will just join factions against me because, and it's so annoying. So I have to keep executing them. And then like everybody's like, you executed your best friend. You're a bad person. And I'm like, well, having friends got me nowhere. So the execution started. Anyway, I digress. Someone said TSM, but I gotta get the thumbnail out of the way. All right, so TSM guy. Cameron, have you been watching the playoffs? Do they fucking slap, or is it just me? They've been so good. Like, such good games. Even the ones that go, like, 3-0. And in case you aren't caught up, I won't spoil. But, like, if something goes 3-0, all 3 of those games could have gone either way, and it was fucking great. I don't know. I'm having such a good time. And the crowds are back, and, like, I was one of the people that when they said... all like the shows, like The Dive and all the podcasts are making a big deal out of the crowds being back. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Watching those VODs and like people are going absolutely nuts for everything. It's just crazy. It's been such a good time. You usually end up getting half my people assassinated for whatever reason. I like to hire the wrong people that are constantly trying to assassinate my coachers. Yeah. No, yeah, in Crusader Kings, I have just the biggest problem with like people's loyalty, and this is a me problem. This isn't a game problem, but I almost always end up going to war on cooldown, and I've told myself, I sit down and I'm like, this is going to be a diplomacy run, and after like one thing goes wrong in diplomacy, I'm like, hey, I offer you 1,000 gold for your nation, and the guy's like, no, and I'm like, back to war. That's it. I tried once and it's over. Back to killing everybody I run into. And I can't stop myself from turning into a bloodthirsty person. I haven't been watching, but the crowd back is huge. Dude, like, I don't know if you were just... if you're intending to watch and you haven't watched yet, that's great. If you weren't going to watch it, I would give either of the series a watch. They're so good. They're so entertaining. I don't know why. I'll talk about Warhammer 3 in a second, I promise. But at the end of the League of Legends season, in North America, all the teams looked like shit. The last week, all of them looked like utter shit. They all played back, they all sat around, they didn't do jack diddly fuck. Don't know why. And then playoffs come, and when the games like count, normally teams play back. They normally play slow. They just want to sit there and scale. They don't want to make any mistakes in the big stage. Nope! Everybody took a bunch of cocaine and a couple shots of Red Bull before they got on stage. Every game is just fighting. Every game is a fucking banger. I don't know what's going on. It's like even Team Liquid, who's supposed to be the slow team, is like, all right, we pick Ornn, and we pick Azir, and we're gonna pick Zillion, and we're gonna pick Aphelios, so our entire team comp is scaling, and we're gonna motherfucking fight you at level 3. Like, it's just why. I mean, I'm here for it, but what is happening? They're so good. Anyway. People not understanding Kaliningrad. I don't know what Kaliningrad is. I don't do the states either, man. I barely keep track of where my state is. I don't even know where all the US states are, and I live here. I get a gist, like, I can tell you whether they're east or west, but if you point at a specific state in the East Coast specifically where they're all really small, probably won't know which one you're talking about. Got some territories. 5 states, 2 territories, are all rubbish. Okay, cool. Caught up. As for the game, Golden Floof took exactly the same build we saw for him in before. We have Zhao Ming, we have a bunch of Jade Warriors with halberds, and we have some Peasant Spearmen, 2 cannons, 1 Jade Lancer. Maybe that wasn't here, or maybe it just got caught by dogs and got killed. And then we have 4 Peasant Archers. So very similar. Same map he even fought it on before, too. For the other side, the Ogres took a different tack. We have 2 Noblar Scrap Launchers, which are currently getting fucking deleted by the double cannons. We have Scrag the Slaughterer moving up with some Ogre Bowls, some Noblars. We do have more Ogre Bowls with Iron Fists, and in the trees we have 2 Gorgers, Sabertusk Pack, some Noblars, and over here we have 2 Gorgers and Noblars and a Sabertusk Pack. So, yes. Cathay Cannons will destroy Noblar Scrap Launchers in a duel, as we're seeing. Unless Enticity is the only person who's beat me at the artillery duels, the Ogres, and that's because he was really good at like shooting, moving, shooting, moving, shooting, moving, which the cannons can't do. So, if you're a micro god, you can maybe win it as the Ogres, but it is an uphill battle, and Rusky Jim is feeling that in the utmost. And this is a very tough start for the Ogres. Ogre Bowl's getting destroyed on the advance. One of the Noblar Scrap Launchers is about to route off the map. The other one's forced to hide in the trees just so it doesn't die to the cannons. Noblars and Gorgers, sure, you're going to take the side things, but like, Golden Floof did this before where he won the battle as Cathay, but lost the whole thing. This time he's winning the battle a lot more intensely and a lot earlier, so I think he will be able to peel out his box and walk across the map and actually get to all the things in time. The Ogres are filtering in one by one. The first wave of Ogres is all entirely dead before the Ogres with Iron Fist and Noblar support even arrives. Oof. Oof. Yeah. Early call, I'm going to go with Cathay. I mean, they already have 3,500 damage value, and the Ogres are just about to hit 1,000. That's really brutal. And Zhao Ming is hunting down Scrag the Slaughterer, who's so low on leadership, he might actually terror out pretty soon. And there he is going to terror out, take more damage, so he's going to get attacked in the rear while routing and lowering his health, so he might naturally rout as soon as the terror rout's over. And without him, this is 100% over for the poor man, Rusky Jim. 2 Gorgers over here protecting some Noblars who are taking point 1, other Noblars taking point 3, but there is just no way Cathay loses from this point. Yeah, it's good. 50 is too many states, we should scale it down to 4. I can't remember them all. Yeah, sometimes I get confused about the western states. Sometimes I get confused about the western states, if I'm being honest. What are we doing? Oh yeah, watching Ogres get fucking slaughtered by Cathay. I see. 7,000, over half of the Ogre army is already dead, and less than 1/6 of the Cathay army is dead. I wouldn't hate for both the cannons to focus onto Scrag when he's routing so he can't dodge, and it looks like they're going to focus onto him now, but it might be a little too late. He has rallied, maybe he can start dodging. But if you get 3 or 4 good cannonballs onto him at that low of health, he will die. Fire now. They miss. They miss. Or I think that one hit. It just hit weird. I don't know. Okay, one of them's back on the Noblar Scrap Launcher that comes out of the trees to instantly get smoked in the face and think about running away. And I don't blame him. Oof. Now, Cathay is taking their first capture point in the game, so Rescue Jam has a big head start on them on that front, but I don't know if it's going to matter in this game. Like, no way. Scrag's just going to get chased down by Zhao Ming pretty soon. Cannons are going to finish off that Noblar Scrap Launcher. There we go. It's routing. It probably won't come back. Zhao Ming's going to hit this guy in the face. If he has Final Trans... Wow, he doesn't. Wow, he doesn't? Why? Wait, why? Why would you only take Dragon's Breath against Ogres? That's only good against their Noblars. Okay, I heavily disagree with that. Golden Flip, if you watch this back, your build's doing fine. You're doing great. You're a good player. I heavily, heavily recommend taking more than one spell on this guy, because that breath spell is so situational, and it takes out Noblars, which are a unit you can usually take out anyway. Like, it's not like Noblars are what's going to win the Ogres this game. So I disagree. Scrag's routing again. If he routes one more time, he will be shattered, though I don't think he's going to get the chance to, as there's a whole bunch of cannons aiming at him, though he's currently blocked by Zhao Ming, who's just going to follow him in melee, so I guess he's ensuring that that guy will die.
The enemy has slain our lord.
Scragg's dead. Leadership for the ogres is going to tank across the board. That's it. That's it. There's no way. There's no way 2 healthy Noblars can take an entire army. Final Trans won't show if he's in dragon mode? God, that's annoying. Okay. I'm going to assume that you're right then and that he has Final Trans, because it would be silly if he didn't have it. I wish it would show.
You have been bested.
Good job, Cathay. Did I miss anything? New South Wales, the big one. Final Trans won't show. So I haven't been here the whole time. Do most battles resolve by capture, army being completely eliminated? Actually about half and half. Ward Mixoni. Well, maybe a little more than half and half towards the armies getting destroyed favor. But there are games where the fact that points are getting captured is what makes the other person surrender. Second game was a big oof, GG. You gave it a good show, Rescue Jim. You gave it a good show. We love having you on the stream. I don't know. I've never had a problem with Rescue Jim. Enticity is coming. We'll get the Dark Lord, the Kraken man that dreaded Haggard, Chuck Norris, Roundhouse, Steve Seagal kick. Other Turnisms. Gotta attract the crowd. Need to become a Turn clone. Alright, Odium Enticity versus Golden Floof. Golden Floof, I love you. Anticity's gonna win this. He's gonna. If you win it, I'm gonna be hype as fuck. I'm gonna be screaming, I'm gonna be jumping out of this chair. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough. Oof. Anticity's on his way. He's restarting his game. That was a damn... yeah. Game 2 was rough for Rescue Jim, but first game was pretty good. Workshop should be working. I was looking at it earlier. I don't know if there are many mods yet. I don't know if CA approves of their mods or whatever. So let's take a look. Let's take a look. US map. So states that get me kind of fucked up. I always forget that Utah and Nevada are this far south. In my brain, they're further north. Wyoming's smaller than I would think. Montana and Idaho are right about where I expect. Washington and Oregon, I always forget which is more north without looking at a map. The South I have pretty well down. The Midwest I have pretty well down because I live here. I sometimes switch around Illinois and Indiana in my brain. And then the East Coast is a complete cluster. Like, if these names weren't here and you pointed at a state and said, what is this state? I would know New York and Pennsylvania because they're the only big ones over there. Virginia and West Virginia I could maybe recognize. The Carolinas I recognize decently well, but like Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, Connecticut, Rhode Island, I'm not getting those. Vermont and New Hampshire, I'm not getting those. It's pretty bad. I actually probably know the EU better than I know the United States because I've played... There's like no 4X strategy games. Yes, Enticity. There's no 4X strategy games I know of that take place in the United States. So I don't spend a lot of time there. Sorry, Enticity needs me to rehost. Anyway. Are the funds correct now? Unit caps, default funds. So, nope. Custom funds, 24800. And then, what's the map? Battle for Itza. Ooh, I love that. That's a good map. Cool. Anyway, back to this. Oh god. I just need a bigger map. Why is it so zoomed out? Yeah, Spain, Portugal, Netherlands. Luxembourg, I always forget is there. What the hell are these maps? This area where Romania and Hungary and Bulgaria are, I'm completely fucked. I don't know anything about. Poland, Ukraine, know them. Russia's pretty obvious where it is. The Nordic states are pretty easy. Denmark's easy. Estonia, Latvia, and Belarus. I remember them from high school. But yeah. Yeah. I would confidently say I know Europe better than North America, which is pretty bad for me. Especially Canada. Dude, I don't know any of the Canadian states. I don't know any of them. I know Quebec is on the far right. They're east. That's literally the only Canadian province I know. Mexico, I don't know any other states. I don't even know if they have states. I assume they do. Most countries are divided up into federal and state type systems because governing a whole country as just a federation is pretty tough. I had no idea Montana bordered Canada. Yeah. Still getting an error. Oh, sorry, Enticity. I was looking at other stuff, as you know. Checking that soon. Getting error. Me too. Go Midwest. Doomsage. Sorry, Enticity doing geography. Nah, I'm just filling time in the army build phase, which unfortunately was delayed by my filling time. Let's go East Coast, repping all the Russians out of Brooklyn, New York. I haven't been to New York, actually. I went down to the East Coast because my brother graduated from there for college, so I visited him for graduation. But we went to Philadelphia, where he was, Washington, D.C., and then we went down to New Jersey. Never went to New York. Remember an American being confused Michigan had two parts. Quality public school. Yeah, our public schools weren't the best. I don't know how private schools were. I didn't go to one. Public schools fine, I guess. I thought our public schools were too easy. That was the thing. Personally, my school I went to was a little too easy. New dominations are so good. I like them. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I'll be curious to play them on actual domination mode too. Gonna see if someone has modeled Sulfuric Musk back into Slanesh spawns. Canada states. Ontario, British Columbia you've been to. That was just a big old melting pot. A freezing melting pot. Does you only know of Chihuahua, though? I can't tell if you're making a joke or not. That's how little I know about the Mexican internal politics system. Might want to know if character loading does matter here. You never know. Oh, sorry. I'm so happy our school's split in 3 for middle school. I don't know what that means, but all right. Dude, college is fucked. College is fucked. I don't know how it is in Europe. I've heard it's kind of fucked over there too, but like, I don't know. I get really heated about it right now because Grace has a shit ton of student debt. I don't. Not anymore, but we used to have 3 options: community college, where you could go get like a degree and it was pretty cheap; public school, where it was kind of between the two, like a state college. You could get a degree for an okay amount of money. It's more expensive than community college, but has a little bit more rep. And you can go to private school and spend a shit ton of money to get a degree. And then like in recent years, by recent I mean like the last 20, 25 years, all of it's just expensive, and all of it's 4 years, and all of it's about the same. Oh, hey, you're right. Chihuahua is actually a region of Mexico. But the thing that pisses me off about it is this is my go-to story every single time, but it's just so crystal clear and pisses me off. In fall of my sophomore year at University of Minnesota Duluth, so public school, we had a tuition hike because in the email they sent out, they're like, oh, we can't. There's just too many expenses. There's too many things going on. We got to raise your guys' tuitions. We're sorry. So they raised it about, I think it was $1,500 per student, like over the course of a year. So it was like $750 a semester. And keep in mind, this is like $20,000, I think, a year for the school. So it's like, it's an increase, but it's not huge, I guess. I don't know. But they do that. In that year, they also redo the lobby, which was fine. It was like a tiled floor with a bunch of tables and chairs for people to do studying. And they replaced it with carpet, couches, and fireplaces for people to like study and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's kind of... There's less space for people to study now because each of the individual spaces takes up more. So this is less effective at what it's supposed to do, but sure, it looks nicer, I guess. And then at the around Christmas time, they sent out an email and says, Chairman Black, our chairman who did so good this year, deserves a bonus. So we're going to give him, I forget if it's 1 or 2, but for the sake of the story, I'm going to say 1, but it was 1 or 2. $1 million bonus for how great he did this year. And I'm like, so you're out of money. You're out of money, but he did so great that he gets $1 million. And you needed a new lobby. Are your teachers still paid like shit? Oh, so your teachers are still paid like shit. Professors are paid better than high school teachers, but it's still not great. Oh, okay. All right, cool. So you need to raise our fucking tuitions to give it to the headmaster or whatever you want to call him of a public school and redo the lobby. Great. Fucking great. Super glad college is expensive as hell, so you guys can piss your money away, piss our money away on random bullshit. I hate it. I hate it. Private schools could do that shit. That's fine. I don't care because you opt to go to a private school, you opt to pay that much money, they can do whatever they want. But like public schools and community schools should not be for profit. Like they literally shouldn't. And if you're like, well, they're not for profit, they give all their money to the top guy. Yeah, that's kind of what profit is. If you give your profit as a bonus so you can get it off of your corporate sheet and put it onto an individual sheet, that sounds like a paycheck with extra steps. I hate it. I hate it, in case you can't tell. Anyway, rant over. We're into the game. Mr. Enticity versus Goldenfloof, Kislev versus Cathay. So the brainy kids get to prepare for uni, the upper ones go to college, and the middle ones go to trade schools. Damn, 20K a year, I pay 2K a year. 1K now. Yeah. American college wastes way too much money on amenities. How do you spell this? I think that's right, or it's close. It's close. It's a day school, basically private school near me that charges starting with pre-K $48,000 a year, going up to $59K for senior years of high school. Holy shit, Rescue Gym, that's insane. Amenities, you were close. Yeah. Anyway, Goldenfloof with the double Little Groms. He's going to try to outshoot Cathay. Bold. It is very bold to outshoot Cathay. Kossars, armored Kossars, Kossars, armored Kossars. So, shielded front line, archer back line. We do have some Streltsy in the trees. Zargard, Wing Lancers, Patriarch Knife Switch of Tempest. So it looks like Goldenfloof's holding back some forces until the artillery battle is done, then he's going to pull them out. Meanwhile, we have a Sky Lantern Lord Magistrate to provide buffs for his whole army. That's kind of an interesting choice from Enticity, because I found Sky Lantern to be very squishy against Kislev. The double Little Grom is fighting double Grand Cannon. I have had multiple members of the clan GGX tell me that Little Groms win this duel. I haven't seen it, so I'm excited to see it this time. Aside from that, we have Jade Warriors mixed in with Peasant Spears, Jade Warriors with Halberds, and we do have some Jade Warriors crossbowmen as well. Already the cannons have lost a model apiece, so that is reducing their overall firepower. And actually, Little Groms are doing okay. Enticity, some of his shots are going wide into the Kossars, but he might want to focus on the Little Groms, or he's just accepting that he can't win the artillery duel and he's getting his damage value elsewhere. Another good shot, so that must be why they like this. The GGX guys were talking about this, and it looks like it's not doing that much damage, but it's already done, like, half health. Because I know the health bar doesn't say it, but when you have 2 out of 4 models, that's half health as far as anybody actually cares. So it's pretty good. I also don't know how to feel about him splitting up which each little Grom is shooting at. Because there's one argument that says you want to focus fire down one thing and then fight the other, and that'll save you some damage. But also there's the argument of if you fire a cannonball that kills one of the cannon models and the other cannonball's heading for the same cannon model, it's a wasted shot. So I actually don't know which one's better, but already Enticity is down to half of his cannon models. So little Groms are winning. Okay, go little Grom, go! Let's go. Are you in GGX per chance? Nope. I am a clanless, filthy urchin. I used to be an RTK. I used to. I left because Bob Tresh is a mini head. Bob Tresh is a bully. Not really. He's a cool dude. Most of the RTK lads are cool dudes. So the Kossars are pushing up into the crossbowmen. They're going to lose this fight very badly. Cannons are almost fully dead. But the infantry fight of Cathay is going to be so good. Kislev can't quite stand up to it. Little Grom is trying to walk up and finish off the other cannon. The only problem is they'll soon be in crossbow range, and they aren't going to enjoy that one bit, so they'll have to be careful. A clanless clan rat? Indeed. Do you recall the RTK days? Ronin, if you will. He saw the might of PE, so he fled from any clan. Ah, yes, that's it. That's it, Cyrus. Alright, Winged Lancers fly into the back line. They're trying to knock these cannons off their mounts, which they do. And now they should pull away from those peasant long spearmen. Quick little hailstorm is going to hit 2 different Jade Warrior units, one with halberds, one without. Does nice damage over there. I'm just worried about the sticking power of Golden Floof in this game. His infantry corps is so light, I'm worried he's going to get run over a bit. He is still ahead on the damage value for just a hot second. It could be coming down. Looks like the Cathay Lord is shooting at the Streltsy, who are getting a side shot onto the Jade Warriors with halberds. And something is coming in here. Final Transit will be hitting the Patriarch and 2 different units. Is it upgraded? It is upgraded. So that'll be pretty good. Good damage value there. I summoned Kitty Cat. It's going to try to chase the Alchemist down, but it does punt her through her own Jade Warriors and then get itself all caught up. It's a good attempt from Golden Floof. I think it was very good that he won the cannon fight. I do like that a lot. I am worried he's just going to lose the infantry fight and subsequent battle too hard from there. Blizzard is cast behind these Jade Warriors so it doesn't damage his own troops, which is fine, but I think it was a little too safe of a cast, and he's only catching just a barest hint of the unit. Anyway, Wing Lancers kind of getting some rear charges in here. They're really just saturated entirely within this Cathay force, and they're getting stabbed by spears from all sides. Over here, the Alchemist is caught up in more Winged Lancers, and this little summoned Snow Leopard who has 15 seconds of life left. He's really trying to finish her off and take out any magic left for Cathay in this game. Streltsy, they're stuck fighting Jade Warriors in melee combat. They'll lose that quite handedly. They probably want to get out of there and somehow fight the guy up on the big old lantern. Enticity has taken 2 different control points, so he's popping up on the little chart there. Kislev has none. And still Kislev's slightly ahead on the damage value, but I feel like Cathay's going to catch up any second now. I forgot I was going to message you. The Cathay Cannon Bug is still in. Sometimes you can't get back on. Yeah, I figured. CA would have mentioned if they got rid of it. They would have mentioned. So Enticity still has 4 out of 4 archer units technically around. So some of them are quite injured, but the little Groms have actually a lot of ammunition. Oh, this one's obstructed. I was wondering why he's not firing. He needs to get up on that hill and then start firing at stuff. Other little Grom is running away from Jade Warriors with halberds. Yeah, little Groms have a ton of ammo. They're just not going to have time to spend it. Because they don't have time to fuck around in this game, unfortunately. Tickets are going up too fast. I forgot this isn't a land battle. Yeah, it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid thing. Which is exactly for this purpose. Now, little Groms can kite around. They don't have to obey any attacking rules. I don't have to do any moderation stuff. But also, you know, the force that's getting kited, theoretically, by the little Groms just takes control points and can win the game that way. It's kind of an interesting little... Oh, God! That was a shot. That was a shot. That hurt a lot. Howie. Owie. It doesn't look like the cannons can get back on their mounts, otherwise they would. They're currently running up to go fight these Streltsy, who have been kiting away from Jade Warriors, who have nerfed speed. 21 speed? Why? Why are they so slow? Whatever. I'll never know. Another Blizzard is cast onto the Jade Warriors with crossbows. I don't think it's worth it. It just does so little damage as a Vortex spell. Even in campaign, I can't get Blizzard to be a good spell. One little Grom is trying to kite away from Jade Warriors with Halberds. Where's the other one? Where did it end up? Dude, Hailstorm does more damage than a Blizzard. That's how fucking useless Blizzard is as a spell. It's so bad. Anyway, I digress. Where is the second little Grom? Did it die? No way. No way. Oh, little Grom. Oh, must have accidentally let those spears catch up to it. Hey! Stop it. Stop it, webcam. Yada yada. Stop it. Stop it. No. No. Go away. Sorry about the Slanesh bots. I'm doing what I can. Anyway. Enticity has pulled ahead on the damage values. He's very, very far ahead on the tickets, and Kislev would have to triple cap points to beat him at this point. So Enticity is going to take game one. Though it was a good show from Goldfloof, honestly. They made that game pretty close. Could Vigor debuff finally be shown in the unit card? I don't know. Don't know. These Streltsy are fucked. What else is even on the map for Kislev? Running, running, running. We have a Patriarch, we have an almost dead Ice Witch, and we have one little Grom. That's feeling pretty GG. $3,000 tickets for Enticity, and Golden Floof will withdraw. Which is the prudent thing to do. Did it crash? Did it crash? Did it crash? Crash, crash. Nope, it didn't. We're fine. Lord Magistrate, 700 value up on his safety balloon. Alchemist did fine. Cannons did okay, but did eventually lose. Halberds did well. Crossbowmen did well. Jade Warriors did fine. And Peasant Longspearmen did great. Ice Witch did fine. Little Groms did good. Patriarch did okay. Zargard struggled. There's only one of them, though, so it's fine. Streltsy did okay. Had a hard time sitting and shooting anywhere. Winged Lancers really suffered. Armored Kossars did okay, and the Archers did mixed. I like the double Little Grom tech on its own, but the problem is what it does to your army. The problem is what it does to its army. The build Rinless showed me of just going super wide with Kislev, it just kind of feels better in every way. I get what the Little Groms do. I get it, but they're so expensive. Like, because what are they? What are they? Oh, shit, he already switched. Hold on. Little Grom is 1,400. So, that's 2,800 funds. That's like 6. That's like 6 Kossars, like 6 Archers. Are they really going to do that much work? It's hard to say. Anyway, I need Eye in the north for the map. And then I need to get a blocker up. And I'll update the score once I go back over it. Looks like we have Kislev from Enticity this time versus Golden Floof's Corn. Will Golden Floof bring it back to a rubber match, or will Enticity 2-0 his way through the finals and semifinals? Let's find out. I think we're checking that for all, and some of this I did. They're 1,400 gold. Yes. G's to the G's. Vertical Cliff, what they do, they win you the cannon fight. They win you the cannon fight, and then they do some harass, and they force Cathay to come to you instead of boxing, which is true, but, like, that's the problem. Is if Cathay boxes, your rush is kind of doomed. In a way. Chariots can still do really, really well, but, like, the game theory behind it is I don't want to rush a box. What I want to do is win the cannon fight, surprise Cathay, and get them to come out of their box into me. And that's the idea behind the double Little Grom. And it worked, kind of. It worked for that purpose. He won the cannon fight, got Enticity to unbox and walk at him. The problem I'm pointing out that I don't know how they can solve is taking Little Grom, double Little Grom, depletes your force so much that then even when Cathay unboxes, you're going to lose the fight. You know what I mean? Because what happened right there was Golden Floof had some flankers in the horsemen, and he had some infantry, but Cathay just ran over them and then chased things around the map. Because if you're rushing them, you have a strong front line and a strong flanking force, and the problem is you can't get into the box. But if you take the double Little Grom, you don't have enough money to do both those things. So you either have a strong flanking force that now there's no front line, so you can't flank because their front line will just turn. You know what I mean? There's nothing keeping them busy. Or you have a strong front line but no flanking force, and then Kislev infantry are just going to outperform Cathay infantry. So it's like, it's tough. I'm curious if it could work. I mean, they must think it does in some way, so I'm curious to see them keep playing it and see what they do with it. Because it was neat. It beat the cannons. That was pretty good. It's just like a and then what situation. Okay. So let's get rid of these. And already they're into it. These players are quite aggressive. So let's cover Golden Floof first. Corn. We have Fleshhounds, so 4 of them. We have 5 Chaos Warriors, 2 with Halberds, 3 without. We have double Cultists of Corn, both with their summons. We have double Chaos Fury, and we have an Exalted Bloodthirster up in the sky. For Enticity, we have an Elemental Bear, an Ice Witch of Tempest, taking Blizzard. Enticity is also taking Blizzard? There's something about the spell I don't know then, because he's not one who just takes bad spells, but it's a bad spell in my opinion. We'll see how he gets it to work. Patriarchs, 2 of them. It looks like they're both on horseback. And they both have the passive item in case one of them dies. But only one of them has the passive that gives you more stats, not the healing. Other than that, we have double Kossovite Dervishes up in the top. We have triple Light War Sled. We have 3 Horse Archers as well, trying to kite, and we have some Archers. But this could be a big start for Corn. Fleshhounds and... yeah, okay, they're both Fleshhounds. Neither of them are Chaos Warhounds. Fleshhounds do catch the Kossovite Dervishes on a downhill charge and do very little damage. I was thinking they would do a lot more than that. Okay. So Anticity's trying to just kite. He's kiting around a bear block. You never realize till you watch yourself on camera that I drink like an idiot. Like, I know it's an exaggeration, but whenever I watch myself drink on camera, I always feel like I'm drinking like this. Which is an exaggeration, but still. Anyway, the kite has begun. Golden Floof seems okay, just letting his Chaos Warriors with shields tank it. He's a little worried about letting Fleshhounds get shot. And none of the control points are unlocked yet, so there's no reason to fight. This is tough. I've tried kiting Corn as Kislev before with the Horse Archers, but charging is too fucked up in this game at times. And it was in Warhammer 2 as well. This isn't a thing of just like Human Boy shits on Game 3 somewhere. It's like Warhammer in general. There's so many times where it's like, I have 165 speed and you have 12. Oh, you started your charge animation, you're beating me, and then they catch me and then my Horse Archers die. So it's pretty fucked. Exalted Bloodthirster is going to dive in onto some of these light war sleds immediately, trapping up like 1 or 2 and getting some good hits in. Chaos Furies also try to dive down into the skirmishers, but again get very little damage. They're just not connecting onto these Horse Archers somehow, some way. Kossovite Dervishes are going to charge in. Furies back off for a second, but then they decide just to take the fight, because Kossovite Dervishes are also very light cavalry. And Exalted Bloodthirster's going to get back in the sky now that the Patriarchs and the Ice Witches here doesn't really want to get stuck into that fight. Chaos Furies are going to die, and it even looks like these Fleshhounds of Corn are going to suffer quite a bit of casualties. Furies? Am I the only one that thinks Furies start disintegrating way too quickly? There are so many times where I think a Fury has like half health, and it's like, nope, disintegrating, crumbling into nothing now. And it's gone. I drink like an idiot, too. Ooh, this could be a little bit of a mistake from Enticity. Ooh, we get to see it. Okay, we get to see it. There's 2 Chaos Warrior units slammed in here. Can Blizzard do good damage? Not really. I don't like it. Because, like, Ice Witch of Tempest, to overcast it like she just did, it's 26 Winds of Magic. And then it doesn't even kill these Chaos Warriors. Like, it does a lot of their health, but I think also a Sled Charge, I think also an Elemental Bear had a lot to do with their health being that low. I just think it's too expensive. And you have to hit it. Like, that was a blob, too, which you sometimes won't get. So, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think it's a good spell. Anyway. Exalted Bloodthirster diving down. Enticity is way ahead on the damage value. Oh my god, 5,000 to 2,000. Yeah, Khorne's having a rough go of it. Patriarch's running down a Cultist of Khorne. He has 3 less speed, but he's just running him down. Other Cultist of Khorne might consider attacking him. Nope, the Patriarch's just going to dive back and stop him dead. This one only has 44 speed, so he's actually going to get caught. And now he's in like a 4v1 with a Snow Leopard, 2 Patriarchs, and an Elemental Bear. So he's going to run away. Exalted Bloodthirster and these Fleshhounds of Khorne were all teaming up on the Kossars, but it looks like the Exalted Bloodthirster's just fucked off. He didn't really want to deal with that. And I do think Anticity's going to win this, because even his skirmishers are kind of getting caught in melee, but the Fleshhounds can't seem to do enough damage to them that it matters, and now they're even getting surrounded in melee with these guys. Oof. Looks like pretty good damage. I'm just saying for 26 Winds of Magic, and they have to be blobbed up like that. Because think about that, could have been only 1 unit, and then you don't even delete 1 unit with 26 Winds of Magic. I don't know, seems like a lot. Like, if you compare it to Heart of Winter, right? Heart of Winter is a bigger effect area, does almost as much damage, does no friendly fire. I think it's for like the same or less Winds of Magic. Hold on. Lore of Yin, Tempest, Yang, Lore of Ice, there it is. Heart of Winter upgraded is 28, so it's like 2 more. I digress. You're allowed to like it if you want to, I just don't have to. I don't have to do shit. Anyway, in the battle, Enticity has about twice the damage value of his opponent. Fleshhounds are coming, Khorne Warriors are coming. Now, Khorne does own 0.3, and they're going to take 0.2 pretty soon. Maybe. What do you think of the patch based on tonight's tourney, Spartan? I think the patch is much better. We're in a much better game state than we were. I don't think it's perfect. I think there's still a lot of work to do, but it's improvement. I'll say that. It's improvement. The game feels a lot less janky. Heart of Winter has a ramp-up time, though, for the real damage. Does it? I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know that. You learn something every day. Big rear charge here from some Fleshhounds of Khorne trying to get onto the last of these Horse Archers. Looks like they will get taken out. We have Kossars with Spears on the side that could offer a little bit of fire support. And Khorne has taken the 2 center points. Good for them. Kislev just took this point. Exalted Bloodthirster, though, is getting dumped on by this central point. And it looks like, I don't know if he's trying to escape or not, but he's not really getting anywhere with it. And both of the Kislev Horse Archers are dead. This one's just waiting for its Unbreakable passive to go away. But another big blizzard is going to come in. I don't know if it's overcasted or not, but we'll find out. It's going to do some damage. I'm not loving the damage. I'm not loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, not loving it. Exalted Bloodthirster is getting chased down by the Patriarch and the Ice Witch. He'll be fine. I'm sorry, he won't be fine. They'll be fine against him. He's going to turn around and fight. He's now realizing that he's just not getting out of here at all, and he needs to do some damage on the way out. Dogs and various other Chaos Warriors are all going to try and get on these Kossars with Spears and kill them. And Chariots are going to run down here and do a shitload of damage on the charge to these Chaos Warriors. Less than I would have thought, honestly. Still some. I haven't used Blizzard Wall, so I don't know how to feel about it just yet. Yes. I've watched a lot more Warhammer 3 than I've played because of tournaments and other nonsense. All these Chaos Warriors are routing. The Fleshhounds are also disintegrating, and pretty soon Khorne's going to run out of units. Cultist of Khorne is running around with these Patriarchs. Ice Witch is after him. Might be doomed. Might be doomed for our friend Golden Floof. I mean, I would be worried Enticity couldn't take enough of the capture points, though. Ah, Golden Fist gonna back out. I got torn apart in that one. Really thought my Bloodthirster could pull through. He is very good against Cathay. Against Kislev, he seems to have less sticking power. 1,100 on that guy. Cultist. 1,800 on one of your Cultists. One of your Cultists did more damage than the Bloodthirster did. Chaos Warriors of Khorne did fine. Fleshhounds, well, not fine, actually. They did horrifically bad. Sorry. I was on autopilot for that one. I apologize. Fleshhounds did fine. Furies got murdered. Horse Archers did fine, and I mean at that time. Dervishes got murdered, but they kind of had to just be blockers. Archers did okay, not great. Sleds did fine. Ice Witch, Tempest Witch did fine. Elemental Bear didn't get to do much, but he was still very much alive. Golden Floof, you did do good versus the toughest opponent in this thing. Alright. Cyrus, that's a silly little meme you sent me. For everybody else, Enticity, you will have to contact ODM Enticity about getting your prize. I'm sure he will reward you in kind. Congratulations on winning the tournament you told me to host. I sense foul play was afoot, but I will not raise my voice in protest. I will instead go along like a good little rat. If you had a good time hanging out here with us today, please subscribe. Growth has slowed down a lot since Game 3 kind of, died in a bucket in the garage. But hopefully with the new patch, things will get better. Viewership-wise, the game feels a little bit better. It still has some of its inherent issues that it will just have until Immortal Empires. But for now, stick around. Enjoy the meme content. Enjoy the meme videos. Tomorrow, we will be playing Warhammer 2 during the European evening, North American daytime. And Thursday, it sounds like we'll be playing Among Us in the North American nighttime with Miss Rat. So you'll have some fun non-Warhammer 3 content coming up soon. Friday, I will have a stream with Enticity, most likely, about campaign. I don't know if our current campaign works or if we'll have to start a new one, but, some campaign with him, Bowmore, AC Maiden, it's a good time. It's always a fun time hanging out with Ant and the lads. Yeah, so there's tons of good stuff. Please hang around the channel, throw a subscribe, give me $150. Call my parents, tell them that they should be proud of me. Yes. So how are Chariots now? Chariots still seem pretty good. Dav, King of the Hill. Who let that poser play this game? Okay. Goodbye forever, everybody.